He's dead.
Who won?
The shark.
No, yeah.
Hey, you're on the ship.
Yeah, just
Hey.
think it over. Just anchored the Vulcan off the coast of whatever island I was next to.
Somewhere.
Yeah. All I
Good evening, sports fans. I'm Colonel Failure, and this is me standing in my rowing boat as we await the start of the very first esports-oriented Arc, Atlas, whatever it is. There's only a few dinosaurs. It's not fully Arkish. It's for Atlas sailing race for professional sailors in Atlas of a pirate kind of style. It's lovely to be here this evening. As you can probably tell, you're over here, so I'm basically keeping an eye on when you start turning up. And oh, there we go. See, we've got the hellos going on. Oh, well, we'll do the traditional hello moment then. Let's get that on the go. Obviously, if you want to shout out at this time of the stream, now's the time to do so. Moopin3 flings a couple of dollars into the bucket to get things rolling. That's splendid. Hello, Moopin. Deermaker100, hello. Green Banana 142, hello. Jacob, good evening. Brazy Castard, how do to you too. Macca, good evening. From Holiday Inn in Turkey, smashing. DJ Doughboy, hi. Mike, hello. Camille, hello. Mangos Cabal, you're in the chat. Off the Rails, hello. Jacob, hello. Exia, you're in the chat. Break. Adam, good evening. Derp, hello. Martin, Soul Duckling, Camille. Wittertaine's in the... No, he's not in the chat. Snook, Serious Moose, Peter Shix, even. Anox, Malloy, I've done you. Stop trying to get multiple hellos. It doesn't work like that. Frank, Harry, Wolf, Pete, Alex, Boxcarter Husky, Michael, Robert, Zenion Nom Nom, Justin, hello. I'll do 3 more. Joshua, good evening. Now, see, now you stopped. See, I've caught up. I think I've potentially done everybody there. But oh, there you go, Chris. Good evening to you too. I've got room for 1 more, and then I shall get to something entertaining, and then we'll go. There we go. No. Dusky Owl. I've done you, possibly, but there you go. Dusky Owl is the last one on the hello list for this evening. Hello, everybody. Donald, there you go. That's marvellous. Right, so this evening's fine adventure is going to be a race. Well, it's going to be multiple races. For those of you who check out the community tab there on the YouTube, you will have seen the race briefing video earlier on this week. And over here, you will see our racers. Most of them. We've got one team still waiting to turn up. They got stranded on a server that was having a bit of an attitude problem. But that server is now not having an attitude problem, so they'll be along presently. I'm on the committee boat here, which marks the start line with those 2 boys, or if you're American, buoys. Yeah, over there. Just behind that wave. Not that, of course, I need to have my sea legs on, because I can fly. Because I'm going to be commentating on the race for you this evening. Once everybody's more or less in kind of race position, we'll get them organised. But I'll show you some of the runners and riders that we've got now. And there we go. Let's set to the skies here. So you've got each boat is numbered. And I will be taking friendly wagers through the chat there. Winners of said wagers get absolutely nothing. So the 101, that's the superstars there in the red boat ahead of you. The 106 here, the Skulldugger squad, that's Soz X. And as we move back here, over here in 000 is the Fish Cabal. Pulling the stunts there, lovely. That's what we like to see. In 107, a very very catching boat, catchy colour of boat, I should say. That's Team Pit. I've got them all written down on here. See, otherwise there's no chance I'd remember them. It's just yeah. All right, look, don't build up your roll here. I'm going to get through that one. And then over here, 104 is Chris Tricks. They're hanging out in green. And then on 109, you've got the Dragon Bum with Ninja Pumpkin doing a lickle dance and the helm of MSJN. Moving back to the later part of the grid, that one's empty. Okay, and then we should have another crew about. Oh, okay, we're waiting for additional crew persons here. So Mars on the 102. That's the yellow runner on the orange ship. When there's a perfectly good yellow one right next to it. Quality. And then we've got one more crew who I believe have just arrived, who will be getting themselves into position relatively soon. So we've got who did the snazzy colours? I can't remember who I commissioned to do this. It might have been Chris, but Chris took over Bad Company Helm in the last week. Hold on, I'm gonna unmute the crowd. All right, brace yourselves.
Could have done what?
There you go. Good evening, crowd.
Hey, howdy.
There we go. Who was the shipwright for this particular mission? I forget. Sorry. Oh, it was Griswolf, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Griswolf was not actually here. Built all the boats. Doesn't actually get to race them. Marvellous. But there you go. So the way this is going to work, once all teams are assembled, is that they will get a 5-minute warm-up period before the race begins. The warm-up will be signified by me launching a flare in a comedy direction. At that point, they are free to move around as they wish, but there will be no further verbal countdowns given. From that point on, you will be on your wits. One final warning of kickoff will go at 1 minute, and then the last flare will be launched on go. Now, the typical strategy is that you start moving around a bit in the warm-up bit, so that your timing is such that you go tearing across the line on go, and you've got maximum boat speed. You see, it's quite cunning stuff. But we don't have what I would describe as professional sailing folk here. What instead we have is people who are prepared to do any amount of damage to each other in order to win the race, and that's fine. The second race will be armed. The first one is a pure test of seamanship and the ability to know thy vessel and your capabilities. So we'll just see how that goes there. Okay. The flotilla, you can start moving around a little bit now, just in case you want to move around a little bit. Someone's playing a tune there on the SOS X. I can see the halo of a tune being played. Either that or it's just a morale boosting dance that happens to be taking place. Now, all of these ships were built by the same shipwright, so they are all of exactly the same class and standard. As they progress around the course, however, they'll level up, and it will be up to the individual crews how they choose to level up their individual ship. Skipper Chew, USD, represent. Thank you for the tip bucket donation right there. Oh, we've got a fog bank moving in ahead of the launch. Team Plastic, how far off are you?
We're here. We're on the plane.
Oh, jolly good. Right, Team Plastic are on board the Salty Sea Dog here. Or they are the Salty Sea Dogs, I should say. But they are Team Plastic on the green ship. And then Flavour Beans, I think we're waiting for. We're waiting for
Mars to disown the boat so I can own him.
That sounds rather like slavery, and that's not necessarily something I endorse. Although there are occasionally reasons that we won't go into. Okay, right. Well, that's going to be our full lineup, which means that we've got a goodly selection of competitors here, as we can see from the battlecopter that we're viewing the operation in. I shall get back to the committee boat for when we're about to go away.
I'm about to starve to death.
Jonathan asks whether I've done a course where they have to go up and downwind like in the America's Cup. Yes, I have indeed. It is a 3-leg route that they'll be taking. They will have the wind against them, so it won't just be a straight run. It will. There will be some tacking involved, or not. These being video game boats, they can go directly head to wind and get away with it, just very, very, very slowly. So it's going to be interesting. If the fog clears, I might have to look up how you change the weather, because the only thing. Actually, no, we'll leave fog. Fog's absolutely. It's moody, is what it is. That's going to make things. That's going to set a certain level of ambiance. Jacob asked who came up with the team names. The teams did. Draw your own conclusions there, friends. My mic is very loud and distorting a bit. Okay, I can crank that back down again. I'm loud, but the mic is distorting. There you go. Vance, thank you very much for a fling into the tip bucket there. Hang on, I'm going to get mowed down. King Failure provides the best entertainment. It just does. Did I fit a wing keel to the outboard? No, not so much. Oh, and we're starting to get a bit of chop. That's nice. Is everybody about ready, or are we waiting for someone?
Almost.
Don't know where the start line is now.
What's almost? I can't really work with almost.
I need to get back to the start line.
Oh no, you're on your boat though.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that's fine. In which case, we'll kick things off. I'm just going to set the time of day to be a little bit more appropriate.
Oh,
High Octane start.
Here we goes.
Well, we knew this was going to be adventurous, and I'll be honest with you, we are currently in the path of the kind of area that cyclones like to hit. If everyone would like to head back to the beach, yeah, if you want to drive back to the beach, we'll start after this particular rainstorm has finished. I'd kind of hoped that we'd get a bit of weather after we started. I hope my little boat's all right.
Sails.
So as you can see at the moment, I'll illuminate things for you. This is a meaningless flare. There you go. Should just help you see. Like loads. There you go.
You can dock, you're safe as soon as you can anchor.
Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, the surf is up there. If I'm still a little bit loud, I'll crank my volume a little bit further. Let me know if my volume is excessive, and I'll shut it down a smidge. The fish cabal there taking the full force of Mother Nature, and getting a bit wet. But as you can see, it is cyclone-tastic out there. I don't know how much of this you can make out. Presumably a reasonable amount of it. But there we go. So a slight delay to the start of the race. Because it wouldn't be so much a race if everybody got stuck immediately in cyclones. I was kind of hoping cyclones a bit later, maybe. But you don't get to choose these things. They choose you. And after doing so, they choose you up and spits you back out again. Thank you. Yeah, I know there was a weak joke, but it was pretty much all I had there at the time. So yes. Right. Cyclones have cleared. Right. Let's get my stopwatch. Let's get the stopwatch going here, and this is your 5-minute warning. There we go. So that's the official 5-minute countdown. There will be a second flare at 1 minute, and then a final flare when it is race go. Now then, this is where the first part of strategy, the real strategy, comes in multiple different phases here. It's going to be how they approach the start line. Are they going to just rip the sails up, having sat pretty much on the start line? Are they going to try and get a good head of speed up before crossing the line? There's many ways of doing it. Well, two, really. And then, of course, the second layer of strategy is going to be, do you go in a straight line? Do you tack a bit to try and maintain maximum speed as you go? Or who knows? And then, of course, you've got the approach of each marker buoy along the route where you can take that in a variety of different ways, potentially getting a variety of different results. Now, ship-to-ship combat is not permitted in this, the first race, but in subsequent races, they will be allowed to arm themselves as they see fit. Should be suited to ship-to-ship combat rather than anti-personnel weaponry. So there we go. We got a Kraken emoji. Oh, Cyclone's kicked up again, but we are in the countdown now, so there's no getting away from it. If we have Cyclones at launch, then so be it. Adding an additional layer of strategy, otherwise known as getting your boat destroyed pretty quickly, I should imagine. Anyway, I've got to go and stand at the start line, which I'm somewhat reluctant to do, given the proximity of these death machines. Yeah, it's just how do I know the sailing rules? My brother's a sailor, so I have picked up a thing or two along the way, and I asked his guidance when it came to how to rig the course in the most effective way possible. We are having the start line somewhat pummeled by a cyclone at the moment, which is exciting. So I don't know. Are we clear? No, we're not clear. But that's okay. We've still got a couple of minutes left. I'm going to just come on, stopwatch. Don't fall down. That's unprofessional. We need a stopwatch there in very kind of ready behaviour. Peter just sent in a super chat, but for some reason it didn't ping me. Thanks for that. I just flung €2 in through the tip bucket there. Thank you very much, Peter, to help with rebuilding the boats after the storm. You're a bit close. Back off there, big guy. Might work with the ladies, but it won't work with me. No, that's not going to happen. Anyway, I'll be providing commentary throughout. There's a shark in there. I don't know if you saw it or not. That could provide additional entertainment. Of course, we could run into to Pirates of the Undead during this fracas. Who knows? Mermaids, they're possible too. Anything could happen. It's just we just need to wait and see now what exactly is going to occur when the start happens. At the moment, everybody's going for. We've got one brave soul here who's, I suspect, just trying to get out of the path of a cyclone. That's the 102. That's the yellow runner in orange. There. That's how you know who they are. The yellow runner is the orange boat. Yes. Now, if anyone should happen to cross the line before the kickoff the kickoff launch, then they will have to cross the line again after the race begins. So there we go. We're just getting close. We're just getting close now. So James of Games of JP has joined the club. Can I get a whoop whoop, please? Yep, whooping from the competitors who are supposedly focusing on what will be a very exciting race start into the belly of the cyclonic beast. I will be judging that nobody jumps the gun. This is tremendous. This is exactly what you want if you were going to have professional pirate ship race. Oh, there you go. Stop. Look. Oh, and not before time. Because anything could happen very, very soon. And here we go. It's going to happen any moment now. And we're underway, theoretically. But no one tried to jump the line there at the start, which is interesting. So it's going to come down to who can get their sails on point from the get-go. And crossing the line first is the 106. That's Soz X. They're out in the lead. Then does it look like they're going to make good headway? We've got some slow starts there at the back, who because they're stuck on a sandbar, rather than using the 5 or so minutes there to get into position. They decided to wade around in the sand. It is the Soz X out in front with the plastics on the Salty Sea Dog there. a close second place as we head for the first marker, which is, I don't know if you can make it out or not, it's over at that little spit over there, that little rock outreach that's going on. Now, this first leg, you're going to have the wind with you for most of the time, and therefore we shouldn't see much change in lead. Although coming up pretty quick there, seems to have a nice line, is the 109, and that's the Dragon Bum. Dragon Bum's got a nice line. Immediately behind them is Fish Cabal, and then you've got, that's orange, so that must be the yellow runner. And then behind that is the Superstars, looking super. And then you've got Chris Tricks, and at the rear at the moment is Team P. But of course, anything could change. They've got quite a lot of working up to do, but it has to be said, when they go with the wind in a less favourable direction, things are going to get considerably more tactical, more strategic. People are really going to be trying it out. I tell you what, though, that looks good, doesn't it? Doesn't this look like something you want to be part of? Marvellous. No, I'm just really impressed with all the boats with different colours and things. I'm a simple soul, but no, that's grand. Anyway, the first marker should broaden things out quite nicely, because first they've got to navigate that marker, and then they're on a completely different heading going the other way, and the wind direction may well shake things up. Might not, but it might, and that's, we have to cling to might. Oh, and the Sea Dogs, well, they're almost level pegging now with the Dragon Bum, with Fish Caval in contention. The Superstars have overtaken the Yellow Runner, and then at the back you've got 104 and 107, Chris Tricks and Team P. They're pretty much level pegging as well. The Sea Dogs have got an interesting approach, though. They've got a slightly different angle of attack on the marker, which is at the rock up here. I missed one. Vance sent in a Sharknado of the Caribbean, which was relevant when he sent it, I imagine. Probably not so much now. And then Kim Mortensen has flung 20 of your Danish crowns into the box there to say racing with Cyclones, how wonderfully Colonel. Everything's wonderfully Colonel when I'm involved, even if it's just the pithy commentary. Who's winning? Well, it's too soon to say, but I will do anyway. And it is that one there, that one down there, that one. That is this one here, SOS 106 is currently in the lead. So here we go. Now this is the first marker point. We'll go and redirect. Red Bean is asking if they can go into separate channels. Yes, you can. Feel free to depart into separate channels, and then you can listen to my sparkling commentary from wherever you wish. So this is Overlook Island, as you'll be familiar with for those of you who watch the series. There was a flying dinosaur there, which could make things quite exciting. And here is the first marker. We'll hang out here so that we can see all of the strategy as the ships come to bear, which at the moment they're not doing. I possibly jumped ahead a little far there, but don't worry, as soon as they come into shot, we'll be sat in the right place for it to happen. The exciting thing, of course, is that anything could be happening strategically right now to change the lead. What I will do, though, is, there we go, we've got to pop in as they appear mysteriously over the horizon, which is only halfway towards the horizon. We're going to... well, you've got quite a lead. So, well, actually, this is going to tell us who's in the lead. So that was the SOS out front with Dragon Bum in second. I'm assuming that's the plastics behind them. Followed by the Fish Cabal, who seem to have closed up a little bit. Nice racing from them. But this is where it's going to get exciting, because they've got to take a pretty steep corner around the rock here. Now, all competitors were given the opportunity. Shall I get down to a slightly lower angle of attack here, hopefully without being attacked by snake people? Let's go down here. So we're going to see a change of sail direction as they go round. The timing of that change in sail is going to be all critical. So you'll see you lose quite a lot of boat speed on the way in. But if you're lucky, you can get back on the wind heading and be away quite quickly. Now, how how tightly people choose to cut this. And we've got the Sea Dogs cutting up inside Team Dragon Bomb, their beautiful piece of sailing. That's what we came to see, and we're changing tack to go out the other way. Although it has to be said, I'm not entirely sure that's the right heading taken by the leaders, SOS-X. I think they've gone the wrong way. Yep, wrong way, SOS-X. I'm going to let them know. The Sea Dogs, however, do seem to know where they're going. Everyone else is following the apparent leaders. They're going at a right angle to where the next point actually is on the map. But maybe they're doing so in order to take some boat speed with the wind. Oh, dirty play there as Chris Trix cuts up the inside. Cuts up the inside of Team P, throwing Team P well off course. It's an interesting one, all right. No, there we go. SOS-X now back on the right line. This is all good. Okay, so as you can probably tell, they are having to tack now in order to maintain speed. So we'll see. There's an interesting sea texture going on there. There you go. So you could go head to wind here and make some boat speed, or you could. Let's pull up the map. Can I map while I fly? There we go. Right. So the next stop on the waypoint is directly northeast. Right. So if we look at the old compass there, it is that way. So they're obviously got directly into the wind on this leg. And what we've got going on here is SOS-X are heading out in a pretty much easterly direction, which means they're going to hope that they can build enough speed coming back the other way to make this pretty strong detour work in their favour. But you can see already the amount of ocean that they're covering compared to the others who are heading there in more or less a straight line. Alabaster Jones is going to die of a vitamin D deficiency very shortly. That said, everyone was informed that they could bring whatever they wanted on this cruise, and Alabaster there, he was somewhat bragging about the fact that he was bringing nothing but his underwear in order to keep boat weight down. Well, that'll be unfortunate if he happens to die of scurvy. Anyway, we have a new leader at the moment, if you consider this all part of one pack. Now, we don't know. They'll be out there somewhere, SOS-X, who may have actually practiced. But right now, it is the Dragon Bum that has the lead over the Salty Sea Dog. And it's a tricky one. Because, as mentioned, I mean, you have got several different tacks. Sorry about the frame rate there. You have got several different tacks going on. Looks like Fish Cabal and the Yellow Runner there have got just a little bit more boat speed. The 101, the Superstars, they're dropping back quite significantly, whereas the Dragon Bomb has definitely got reasonable boat speed at the moment. But any time we should expect to see SOS-X slicing into our field of vision as they cut past. What I can assume is that they're going to wait until they're a fair way out and then cut back in. Let's go see if we can find them, because I suppose I'm a rescue helicopter. They're over here somewhere, theoretically. I mean, there's the rest of the flotilla. Nope, no idea. Unless maybe they've hidden a speedboat out here or something, and they're going to hax their way to victory, or maybe that's it now for them. They've decided that since these boats were provided, they're just going to steal the boat and make away with it. No, let's get back to the pack, because at the very least we want to follow something that's happening in this race, and right now we're not. It's okay. We'll come across them. It's fine. It's all good. We'll find them. There we go. Look, here they all are. We don't know where the SOS-X is, but they could be anywhere. The chat in game, if you can't make it out, is everybody saying tack to one another on a regular basis. But here we go, as we catch up with the leaders again, and that's the 109. That is the Dragon Bum, who has extended their lead. They have clearly got a good line, and they're sticking with it. Behind them now is the Fish Cabal. The Superstars have dropped right back, and that is trouble. There will need to be some evasion going on here, because that is the ring of danger that is associated with a mermaid, and we've got a couple of boats that are heading right for it, which will be exciting for them, I can tell you, although it looks like they've gone. Well, any sign of the other boat? Because if they're heading broadly, keeping the wind strongly on them at the moment, that island over there is the next objective, so they will slice back in. And the question is, where are they going to end up relative to everybody else? Because all of that distance that they've covered out there to the starboard side is not going to help them. Although it's east, I should imagine east. Oh, there they are. Look, and they're coming in, and they're going to be maintaining quite a lot of speed. And as I was just saying, they had gone quite a long way. They're trailing some kind of fumes of some description, but that's all good. Now, they will be moving at a pace considerably faster than the Dragon Bum here. The Sea Dogs have dropped right back. The Yellow Runner's moving up. They too have a good line. They're going to overtake the Fish Cabal by the looks of it. But coming in sizing, coming from the east, it is the fellas there, the whatever they're called, Soz-X, and it looks like we've got another mermaid action here that has happened right on the Dragon Bum, and they are getting stopped. They're being stopped by the mermaid. Oh, what a shame! They had such a good lead, and they've now got problems. It looks like we might have we got a man in. Well, that's really unfortunate that they happened to get taken by a mythical nautical creature. We got two swimmers now and a shark. Well, that's not good. So there we go. That's Ninja Pumpkin, who was one of the crew. There has bit the dust, and that's that's a big shark as well. And I'm trying to keep an eye on the race there while things are going. But the Dragon Bum was really having a terrific race, right up to the point that they stopped having a terrific race. So here comes the Fish Cabal now, it looks like, has the lead. The Dragon Bum has to get started again. Taking a wide berth over there is the Superstars. But it's a Fish Cabal looks like they've got the line. But I would expect that these chaps have got really quite considerable boat speed, although they're tacking again. Well, this is bold. It's very bold. But having flown this course myself, the best way to approach this island is to keep it on your starboard side and rattle along the coast like that. That you get some proper good speed off of that. Right, the Dragon Bum's back underway, but they have lost. Well, they've lost two things. They've lost quite a lot of time, and I imagine a crew member who has probably spawned back at the start line, although it depends if they've got a bed. Let's go and swing by and have a look, because I can do that. That's a dolphin. No, MSJN is now piloting the Dragon Bum solo, and therefore he's got it all to do on himself. Now that's both the steering, and then he's got to shift the sails. AI crew members not permitted in this race to make things doubly exciting. But that's one of the hazards of the race. They were very unlucky, almost about to break out of the mermaid circle, but didn't. Who's having a go? Am I being pummeled? No, I'm not. All right, okay, all right, here we go. So Fish Cabal there, good lead. They definitely have a good lead, but the team Soz-X are tacking back in again. We've got quite a lead over the other flotilla ships there now as well. I think that's the Superstars coming straight at us as we look at them, and then the 101. No, that's the Superstars. Well, who's this then? Is that the Yellow Runner? Interesting. But here we go. SOSX on the tack back in. Now they've covered a heck of a lot of boats distance. And there's some sunken treasure. 5.7. Barely worth it. And yeah. Okay, so we've got a clear leader. And there you go. So those of you who were wondering, well, if they're all the same boats, aren't they all just going to stick together? Well, they haven't. As you can see, the field has spread right out. And even after a mermaid-based incursion, the Dragon Bum is still in contention at the moment. Now then, this is where it's going to get interesting. This is going to get interesting. Daylight, please. We can make daylight happen. There we go. Bang. Well, we've dazzled the crew. Oh, we've also triggered. Yeah, sure, why not? We have triggered a heat wave at the same time. But this is where we see whether that extensive tack is going to pay off. And it looks like they're actually having to match angle now. So, no, it's not quite worked. They've come back into the fray, but they're in second. But, I mean, a boat length and a half, maybe, between them. That's impressive stuff. You wouldn't have put money on that. So I would say that maybe they went just a little too far. Maybe they didn't go far enough, and the tack in was made at a less than perfect time. But the next corner here, the next marker, is going to prove critical to these two contestants, because it will. I assure you, there will definitely be something of a critical nature about the next corner as it comes up. More or less anyone could catch this back up again, depending on if anyone fouls up going round the marker. Now you have to take the marker on the port side, but when you do so, you're then off to the races, back to the start line. This is the last leg, so we'll head out to the mark. We'll head out to the marker again there, so that we can watch the action as the SOSX is gaining. Was that okay? All right. Well, we'll stay on the leaders then, rather than wait for a cinematic angle. We'll measure it as they go past. And you're not wrong. SOSX has definitely got a bit of an angle there. It's not quite paying off at the moment. Now, don't forget, these boats level up as you use them, and therefore, depending on what you apply those level ups to, now speed isn't one of them, but if you apply the level ups in a judicious fashion, it could make all the difference. Every team with exactly the same sail configuration and the same course to run, brand new boats, never leveled up ever at all. And anyway, here's the corner. We'll get into a position where we can watch it, which is about here. This will do nicely. This will do nicely still. Now, I think the Fish Cabal handled the first corner pretty well. They came out stronger than they went in. But here we go. Going about now. They've taken that quite wide. Obviously thinking that they can hold the boat speed in doing so. Now, changing the wind direction as you go through is all important, and SOSX have got on the sails really quickly there. We've got a little bit of an interaction between the two boats. That is permitted, but those who are particularly interactive may find themselves not quite winning. And then we've got the 107 there bringing up the rear at the moment, but as mentioned, anything could happen. Let's carry on watching the action as it comes around the buoy. Well, there's the Dragon Bum, and you can tell that they're missing a crew member because those sails were pretty slowly adjusted there coming around the marker as the yellow runner makes its way around as well. It's done quite nicely. Then the Superstars pretty much drifting round the corner there. Some more slow mast work there to get that going. Front mast needs doing, lads. You've still got to do that front sail. Still need to. There you go, and you're away. That's why you're not at the front. Meanwhile, you've got the Sea Dogs coming around, taking quite a wide angle. The Sea Dogs, but that's okay. There's all to play for. But with the finishing line is the next stop, and it looks like it might be a straight shot to get there. Now you say that, but changing the angle ever so slightly might result in an extra knot or two of speed. Actually, that's probably a bit of an exaggeration. An extra tenth of a knot or 2/10 of a knot of speed. Anyway, at the tail end of things, 107 and 104, that's Team P and Chris Tricks are having a battle of their very own, which is lovely to see. Dragging the ladder there, I wonder if that's slowing them down. And then you've got the Sea Dogs, who aren't really gaining at the moment. They seem to have that role pretty much to themselves. Thanks for dropping in, Yuri. Lovely to see you this evening. And then the 102, that's the Superstar. Wait, is it? No, 102, that's a Yellow Runner. I beg your pardon. Then you got the 102. And then Dragon Bum, who's got position, got good angle. But of course, if he decides to change angle, he's got to change the angle of the sails as well, which is not going to be straightforward. Then you've got the Fish Cabal now dropped back a little. They're probably 2-3 boats lengths back from SOSX, who are making a run for the line as we speak. And I'd have to say that at the moment it looks like they've got it. They're doing very nicely indeed. There's trouble. There's trouble, and the Fish Cabal are going to have to take evasive action. Or no, they're chancing it. They're going to risk it for a biscuit. And is Madam Mermaid going to hoik one of them off the back of the ship? No, it looked like at least the front man there was grappling hooked. Here comes the Dragon Bum. Will it be 2 for 2 for the Dragon Bum? A hasty course out of Mermaid Circle there, because that could have been pretty fatal. He's grappling hooked on as well, which, as you know, is the best countermeasure for when Madam Mermaid comes a calling. Get your grappling hook, get yourself grappled. Of course, the other way of doing it is be downstairs. If you are below decks, you've got a fighting chance. The choppiness that you're currently witnessing there is me. It's not you, it's me. Anyway, back to the front end there, and that it don't think it made much of a difference, except for some reason this boat's going quite a lot faster than the others. Now, I wonder whether their detour enabled them to earn an extra level up. That means that they've translated that into additional boat speed. Could be because stick a point or two in weight there, and you could end up doing quite nicely. But we're going to get round to the committee boat to welcome them in as the race concludes there, and we'll just park it right up. There we go. We'll hover next to the committee boat, and we'll get the. Hold on, I need a ceremonial. Give me one of those. Thank you. Right, we'll have a ceremonial one of these to say congratulations, you're amazing, you're the winner, and so forth. I'll shoot them with a flare gun, basically. So there it is. It is the SOSX coming in first. Well done to them, and that's with a time of 28:58. 28:58. In second place is the Fish Cabal, and they're doing it in 29:10 there. Oh yeah, we're recording the timings and everything. And then there does seem to be a bit of a battle. Don't you fly your boat straight through me. I'm judging. It does look like the Dragon Bum's going to get it in third, but we'll just have to wait and see what their time is. I say their time, of course. They are a crew member down who was rudely dispatched by Madam Mermaid. Do have to cross the line, though. You've got to cross the line. You need to cross the line. Steering wheel, perhaps. Don't ram my... Oh, all right, that counts. I might penalise you. 29:47. 29:47. And then coming in next is the Yellow Runner. Okay, all right. I didn't give explicit instructions with regard to crossing the finish line, so we'll give them a 3:04, and then Matey Boy 3:05, 3:04 Yellow Runner. Sorry, I've got to do my job. 3:04, followed by the Sea Dogs, and we'll give them 30:24. Sea Dogs 30:24, and then something else happens in a moment. Thomas P was killed by a shark. That's the 104 coming in now. Marvellous. That's Chris Tricks. And that is 3043. 3043. You may wonder why we care about the timing.
Congratulations.
Where's Team P? Did they come in already? Did I miss them? I know Thomas just got eaten by a shark.
Yeah, the mermaids, then shark.
Oh, so they're still out there somewhere.
I'm dead.
Oh, okay. Aha. Yes, right. Well, anyway, as I was saying, we do need to record the finish time of the individual boats, because over the race series, we will add those times together to make their final score. So we'll go 0, and then we got 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. Am I going to have to go? Oh no, here they come now. Heroic, because they stuck with it. Anyone who sticks with it is a hero in my book, and in anyone's book. Sorry, I'm still making a note of these. 30.05. It's still coming. I've got time to write a couple more down. The 02 is 30.04. Yes. Chris Riggs is the 04, but 30.43. Yes. And then the plastics were on 30.24. 24. I'm using a pencil. That's how professional I am. And then the 107 has come in with 32.22. 32.22. Excellent work. Right. Okay. 28.58. And then a 32.22 and a 29.47. Right, good. Got my score sheet all present and correct. So there you go. That's the first race done. Now, it's only the first in a series of races this evening. The second race takes on a slightly different approach. Firstly, all crews are now permitted to repair their ships. And secondly, over on the stone dock here, I left a little present for people. I've already prepared some. If you want to kit your boat out, you can do. So in the second race, ship-to-ship combat is permitted. Anti-personnel combat is not permitted. Boarding is not permitted. Now, before you go like, oh, if only we had boarding. I kind of go, no, if we had boarding, the race would be over in about 30 seconds. Because everybody would be on somebody else's boat, cutting them to pieces with a cutlass. Doesn't make for a compelling racing experience. Unless, but I'd need more referees for that. We could start, I don't know what he's wearing. He's off to some kind of fetish party by the looks of it. Unless people were to start at different marker points, and then it's a pursuit race. Nice. Bob Fish has submitted several jellyfish type dudes in there, and DJ Paul has flung a couple of euros into the bucket there. What? Be about your business. Right, now then, you're going to, because you're skullduggers, aren't you? You're going to need me to unclaim. I can't unclaim it because it'll despawn. Right.
We can get in.
You can? Alright, cool. Yeah, so the first three, I've got ammo chests, I've got cannons, and I've got regular cannonballs in there. That's what you can choose from. Here comes a nice piece of parking, look. Very nice. Good parking going on there. If only we had 60 FPS. I'd be more concerned about having 1080p than 60 FPS, I'll be honest. But sadly, my net connection does not guarantee that level of performance. It's a squid hoping for the Kraken. Okay, fair enough.
Reef.
What level did people get their ships up to?
9.
10.
9.
9.
So no, we didn't got a level more to get the speed, but yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Okay, so between 9 and 10. So not an awful lot in it, but as you can see, the start made a difference, as did the strategy, which is why I gave everybody 4 days' notice of you might like to drive the course. But hey, I imagine that only some people drove the course multiple times to see which was the quicker route. But you know,
Also, for your info, Colonel, we tacked too early.
You're a legend.
you tacked too early on your tack back to the second point.
On the second trip,
very
we
much.
tacked
Yeah,
too
yeah.
early.
I thought you might have done it. Had you held that on a little bit longer, you would have had the perfect angle for the entire run back. Now, I'm just guessing here, but this looks like someone who has got too many cannonballs in his pockets.
I don't know how fast the fish balls went on the second
How
tack.
many
but
you got there?
Doing
Too many, probably.
8.5, 9 knots. Oh,
You will have cut the amount of water that you covered. You will have been absolutely shifting compared to everybody else.
I know that mermaid helped us.
I'm also
Oh, that was just unlucky.
That was funny.
It was a rotten piece of timing, but it made for compelling viewing. I can tell you. I could sense that the people viewing at home were all like, "Oh no, they've fallen off the boat because of the thing," and yeah, it was definitely high drama there for a moment or two.
Accept trade.
I'm fixing MS.
All right, do we have at least one representative of each team in the main chat now? Because I'm going to drop in a couple more rules.
Yeah.
Yes? Are we missing anyone?
yeah.
No? Okay, right. Firstly, it'll be the same start rules as last time, so 5 minutes, 1 minute, go. And then there will be an additional flare, which will be you may now open fire. Because if we do it just at the start line, maybe we'll do that in the third one. But in a second one, we're not going to have that just happen at the start line because it will just be, well, it'll be madness. Madness. Daryl Hannah did indeed get her revenge. Great shirt. Yeah, I think so too. Did you know you could buy these? There may even be a link somewhere in the proximity nearby. I may have been trying to flog these for the last few days, but that's because they're being discontinued fairly soon. This design will come back, but in a slightly different fashion. But I am shifting to a new supplier. Yeah. Oh, wait for the exciting news. Why don't you? And new and sexy merch is coming to... Don't you try and boat hook me, man. That's not cool. I can fly. Like Tinkerbell. And, you know, we pixies are very, very quickly vexed. In further news, where do we want the cannons? On the boat. What was the further news? I was going to give... the second thing is you have to cross the finish line. So as before, when you come back round, you have to cross with the line on the left. So between the boat, which I'm assuming is still there, although the dragon bum rammed it, it might be deep sixed by now. But those are the only two rules that are being employed on this one. And does anybody need any resources?
I need food, vitamins.
Food and I'd have to look that up on a web page.
kill yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that works.
pack a lunch.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. So we can get a look at some of the loadout options that people are going for there. We've gone. Well, and I can see they're thinking. They've gone for we're going to be behind, and therefore we want the guns pointing in front of us. Nice. I like that as a strategy. Planning to be at the back. Whereas, who's this? This is the Chris Tricks here. They've not even gone that far. They've gone like, yeah, we're going to be right at the back, so we're going to stick a ruddy great hole in them. Fair. Right, I need to get airborne. Let's go. Right, so far on whatever this is, that's the 108, which is not in use. Some people obviously want to run back to the boat, or are we bringing it in? No, we're still patching up here. Yeah.
Someone always has to be premature.
Yeah. No, we've got repairs going on over here at at Team P. That's good. And we've got 2 cannons, and we've gone broadside with those. That's quite good fun. And then the 109 over here which is, I mean, it's parked a casual distance away for reasons, I suppose. Somewhat unarmed at the current time. ZAR. Oh, what the heck is ZAR? Part of me says that it's South African, because that's ZA. Oh, South African Rand. There you go. Yeah, that's right. That's 35 Rand. Smashing. Thank you very much. You are the debut Rand donator. Well, that's brilliant. I've got absolutely no idea what the exchange rate is, but I'm going out on a limb to say it's probably not much. Just probably not a great deal, but that's fantastic. Thank you very much. Most generous. Just some Monopoly money for the bucket. Okay, good. Right, I'm only going to need some flare guns here. Would anybody like a little bit more sunlight? No?
A little bit more what?
Sunlight.
Yes, please.
I reckon it should be at night this one, Colonel.
But then the viewers can't see anything. Okay?
Yeah, you see that you've got to have $2.36. Thank you, Paul. Most.
Is someone getting assaulted by an elephant?
That's what it looks like.
Who's abusing an elephant?
The elephant's abusing them.
And if you want to bring an elephant on this particular race, you're welcome to do so. And my boat has been moved. Who moved my little? No, my little boat seems to still be in the same place. Good, right, splendid. Thought that counts. You're too right. It's the thought that counts. Rand is a new one. We've not had that. I've had 14 different currencies in the past. What's going on here? It's a hammerhead shark on the start line. He's keen. He wants to give it a go. But well, we'll see how it goes. What are we doing here? Still gripping the wheel there, just checking that it works. Whereas Swans is clearly doing all of the effort. Vic has just stood there admiring his guns. Nice. And then you've got Mind Games Cabal Dread there, gripping the lamppost for all he's worth. I think they call it a mast.
No, I got rid of it. I got rid of the lamppost because it kept irritating me.
Okay, fair enough. And then over here is there's a dead one. It was killed by an elephant. Okay, good times. Close sail. Yeah, you see, we've got actual instructions go up there. Wow, they're ripping it around a bit. Clearly testing the handling now that they've not armed themselves. Maybe we're going pure evasion on this run. Now this is the yellow runner, is it? Could be, might well be. It's orange, and they've got a little supply chest and a respawn bed. Now that's going to add ever such a small amount of weight to the boat. But as we saw, it was only a small amount in it last time around. So you know, that's a strategic choice that they're making here, as is the strategic choice to basically sink the boat by putting 86 cannons on it. And I can only imagine that ammunition box there has got 450 cannonballs on board. Nice try, punk. Yeah. You can't shoot me. I'm Tinkerbell.
Where are you heading?
This is a very tasteful colour with a 4-gun option, and they're really hedging their bets because we've got 2 guns facing forward and 2 guns facing aft. Don't know where they're going to finish. Could be anywhere. And then back here we've got 1 up the front and then some broadside action. That's nice. That one's not in use. And then as we swoop back over that way. Are you on here? 2 forwards and then broadside. Okay, that's nice. And then over here we've got 1 gun. Well, you never know. That might actually help. Because you know, it's going to keep your weight down, I suppose. But we do have at the moment one boat that hasn't got any guns at all. Interesting choices. On here we've got, for some reason, a crew box. Interesting. Well, it's again. Everybody is welcome to use whatever strategy suits them. Hello, Skullduggers. The orange boat looks pretty cool. It just I better keep flying. Right, this is your 2-minute warning before the 5-minute warning. That makes sense.
2 minutes before 5 minutes?
Yeah, does anybody need any longer than that?
Nope.
You could describe it as a 7-minute warning. Yeah, you could. I don't know if it would get you anywhere, but you certainly could do it that way. Warspite. I've not played this game yet. It looks epic. Here's the thing. If you go to Steam and you look at the reviews for Atlas, you will see that it is. Is it still overwhelmingly negative?
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Yeah? It is overwhelmingly negative. And that's because what's not included in the game are other players. If you happen to have a bunch of good people to play with on a regular basis, it's jolly good fun. But if you are just going to hang around in public servers and get rinsed by, some 22-year-old called Brad who doesn't get out very much and just, he's taken a break from playing Call of Duty on his Xbox and he's decided just to be obnoxious in a pirate game on PC for a little while. Well, that's what you get. Your professional PvP players. They're jolly nice lads, every single one of them, but they're not exactly sociable. It is almost exclusively lads as well. In here, however, it's happy fun times. We've got a rainbow selection of boats on offer, and everybody is behaving according to the rules that I have set. Probably because I can boot them off the server if they don't. Could be the reason. Who knows? But yeah, it's what it's basically the people you play with is what makes the game. It does look great. It's in early access, and the development is not going at a brilliant pace. But look at the sea. Doesn't the sea look great? Yes, it does. There aren't enough ship types. Just not quite enough chip types. Okay, right. I didn't fire a flare, so it wasn't an official warning. Are we waiting for anyone, or shall we start the countdown?
Yep. And can you kill me, Beth?
All right. Okay. Hold on. Let me get my equipment sorted. Right. There you go. And 5-minute warning. Okay, so we should start to see the crews get back to their boats soon, one would hope.
Will we get the advertised 1-minute warning this time?
You will. You got it last time as well.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we got it.
Yeah, it's not a verbal warning. It's only a flare warning.
I think you fired it into a cyclone last time.
Yes.
That's possible.
That was part of the plan.
That's definitely possible. I'm not going to adjust the weather, so the Team P over here are still beached at the moment. They know the clock's against them. Just saying. Team P are well aware that the clock is ticking and that they're currently beached. Beached is what they are currently. I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm sure it's all part of a grand scheme that they've got going on. Now, don't forget, in the last race, we did have several teams that started out in a slightly sandy condition, and that really didn't help them across the line. So now's the time to, you know the runners and riders. I'll run down the list for you once more. In the 000 boat, it's the Fish Cabal. Last time finished in 29 minutes 10 seconds. In the 101 is the Superstars. They finished in 30 minutes and 5 seconds. 102 is the Yellow Runner, and they finished in 30 minutes and 4 seconds, just ahead of the Superstars. 104 is Chris Tricks. They finished in 30 minutes 43 seconds. The Plastic, whatever they're called, Sea Dogs, they finished in 30 minutes 24 seconds. 106 is Soz-X, and they won the last race, finishing in 28 minutes 58 seconds. Team P, they finished at the back of the grid, having been intercepted by a mermaid and a shark. A good combo there, should you ever need them. And they finished in 32 minutes, 22 seconds. And then the Dragon Bum, that was also intercepted by a mermaid, managed to finish one-handed on at 29 minutes, 47 seconds. So, chat, who's going to win? Who are you putting your money on this time when our competitors are armed? Are you going to go for the lightly armed ships? Are you going to go for the more heavily gunned ones? We've done a review of just about all of them, but I'll do another fly past now. I'm hot. Well, yes I am. I want to drink some water. There's a shark on the start line. I love it. Now I'll be all right. So here we go. Here is this is the dragon bum here, and that's the armaments that they're packing. Yes. Well, I'm not going to say it out loud. This is for the value of the chat here. Then you've got the salty sea dogs here, and that's what they're carrying. Yes. Over here, this is the Skullduggers, which is SOS-X, and that's what they're armed with. Then you've got the Yellow Runner here, and that's the armament selection that they've chosen to go for. And over here is the Superstars, and this is their broad selection of shipboard equipment that they've chosen. I can't help but think I've missed someone. Oh, it's 104. The 104 here. There you go. That's the Chris Trex, and that's their ship. Yes, it is. Right. Okay. There we go. So that's your runners and riders. And as a reminder, you have to cross the line after the get underway flare is shot. You can cross the line as many times as you like before then, but you must cross the line after the last the go signal has been given. And there we go. So this is going to be an easy, an interesting one to see exactly how this goes. We should see some jockeying we've got some jockeying for position. We didn't have much jockeying last time round. This time, a little bit of jockeying. Is the shark in position? I could stick my head down there and find out, but I'm not going to. YouTube asks, does the weight of the guns slow them down? Yes, it does. Every single piece of weight that they have on the ship will slow them down ever so slightly. More weight, more slowdown. It's a tricky one, and no mistake. Now, is anybody going to try and jump the gun? Doesn't look like it, although we've got someone there inching towards the line. They're clearly expecting something to happen, but at the moment, nothing's going to happen until this happens. There we go, it flares away. I'll do a second one just in case anyone didn't see the first one. That one was not the open fire cannonade there. I will fire that in due course. And basically, the due course in question is when the last ship crosses the line.
Yeah. Like we fire.
There we go. So we're just waiting for the last ship to cross the line, and then we will enable the ability to open fire. And there we go. You may now open fire on one another. There we go. Now, I'm not entirely sure where the best angle to view this from. I think I might have it. That's the Superstars there, who are taking quite a bold angle down the bottom there in order to be able to, well, not be shot themselves, but they are dropping back considerably. The Yellow Runner is out the front at the moment with the Salty Sea Dogs in hot pursuit. And I would say that the Salty Sea Dogs, they have the boat speed. Oh, that was a big splash. And then we've got 109, which is the Dragon Bum. They're going quite nicely on the outside, but they don't have top speed. 104, Chris Trix in 4th place at the current time, although someone's probably sneaking underneath me. And that is 107, that is Team P, who are, well, they've got a good angle there. You've got SOS-X right in the back corner, and then bringing up the rear is the incredibly heavily armed Superstars, who right about now are probably throwing most of their guns overboard. If not everything they've got. Currently hurling cannonballs as far as the eye can see, because they've gone, oh, everybody's quite a lot faster than us, aren't they? You know, yes, especially these people that chose not to go with any weapons at all. They're going fastest right now. They put their faith in, if we go really, really quick, then no one can shoot me. That's not stopping people trying. There was an actual gunshot fired, and I think we're going to next see some kind of combat-based behaviour when they reach the first marker. Because let's face it, the fast ships will be going in a direction that brings them a little bit closer to the slower ships. The Sea Dogs there changing their angle of attack. They're tacking around to try and get a bit more boat speed. That's cost them a little bit on the water, but if they can make the speed up, they'll be all good. The Yellow Runner is well out in the lead at the present time, although there's some action going on back here that I should probably watch, but I don't want to encourage it. That's the thing. Is sensible racing from sensible people was kind of what it was about. That Soz X at the back there, and they look like they're in peril. But here's this is the Superstars and Team P, who are exchanging words of a hostile nature, and that's a hit. Oh, that was a direct hit on the mast there. Oh, double shot. No, terrible gunnery there from the Superstars. Team P very much having a go. Oh, nice hit there. Superstars, Team P taking a hit, but the Skullduggers are coming in on Soz X, and it looks like they've said ramming speed. Changed their mind at the last minute and are going to go for a very close-in broadside. Now, as mentioned, no boarding actions are permitted. Oh, that was painful. Well, it's all go at the back, it has to be said, but we ought to catch up with the front runners. And we'll come back because actually that was quite entertaining. We'll see how we get on. So there we go. Yellow Runner is out front. That's fine. Yellow Runner is out front. The Salty Sea Dog's in second. Where's the Dragon Bum? They can't possibly have been eaten by another flipping mermaid while I wasn't watching. No, not at the moment. Well, there's quite a lot of sun glare going on in that direction. I would imagine that one of those ships has sunk by now at the back, but you never know. That's the 104. Chris Trix is moving quite slowly, but they are still moving, and that's good. Soz X and the Superstars there having a meeting of the minds before getting back underway, and Team P there as well. Also re-engaging with the contest.
I was thinking.
We're kind of missing the whole starboard bow.
We're just going to swing in on the Superstars here because they've got a bit of a hole there, and that's not good. One wonders if in amongst the cannonballs they came equipped with, they brought any planks with which to fix themselves. Lads, how's it going?
Well,
and that's what they have to say. So, well is how it's going at the moment. Right, we're going to make a beeline for the first marker because the leading boats will be coming up on it before too long. And it's over here. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure where they're going, but obviously we've got some tacking going on this time round. The front two boats. There you go. That's 101. That was the Superstars. The Superstars have sunk.
We got you.
There you go. That's it. John Chong said the idea should be to give 2 to 5 minute warning before the final start horn, where they approach the line but do not cross but sail for position along with the time of the start crossing line. That's exactly right. That's the whole point. The perfect start is the one where you're at maximum boat speed already and cross the line as the horn goes. Regrettably, in this game, there is no horn. And there is also... there's stream lag going on there. Some teams have decided to hop into individual team chat for tactical purposes. And here we come next to Dinosaur Island again. And Alabaster Jones has been eaten by a shark. He's used to it. Right, okay, so coming up on the first marker, it's going to be the Yellow Runner and the Sea Dogs that are going to be jockeying for that first position. But there's the Dragon Bum, I believe, coming in on a slightly better wind angle. Slightly better wind angle. Yeah, only slightly better, but it is slightly better nonetheless. Sergeant Ghost, lovely to see you. But we'll see how we get on. It's going to be a close one. I don't think... Oh, saying that, the Dragon Boat is properly shifting. Probably enough to come in behind the Yellow Runner. But it's a little early to tell. We're gonna shift out to the marker now because we'll watch from there, and hopefully I won't die of thirst. Right, okay, here we go. So they're having to tack again, it looks like, in order to maintain good wind coverage as they come in towards this first marker. The Sea Dogs, by the looks of it, might actually have a winning angle here. But they are going to have to shift pretty soon, otherwise they are in danger of running aground. There's the Dragon Bomb there that is potentially going to be making things happen. This is the Overlook, for those of you unaware. That's the Overlook going on. And they're definitely going to have to tack. I don't know if they think that's the marker or not. It isn't. No, the tack was planned. That's the Yellow Runner, Dragon Bomb in the middle, Sea Dogs holding their position. The 107, that's Team P. Team P has gone down. So that's the 101 and the 107 have been eliminated by the ships that decided that it would be faster to... that it would be faster to shoot each other than to not carry weapons and go as quickly as possible. There it is. I don't have wind issues. I discussed the wind issues of others, I'll have you know. Anyway, it is the Yellow Runner that is out front at the first marker, and they've managed to... they're trying to cut that really tightly indeed, but it depends which heading they're going to take coming out of this. Now, we saw last time around that SOS-X took a very strange angle, knowing that they had the wind with them, in order to tack later on to maintain that wind condition. The Dragon Bomb has gone fast round the outside. If they can get on the next angle, they will get ahead of the Sea Dogs, but it's going to be close. Not sure if anyone else is coming. Could happen. Thomas P there, one of the crew of Team P, then eaten by a shark, and I'm not watching the race properly. The Sea Dogs have got on the money there pretty quickly. But it looks like the Yellow Runner and the Dragon Bomb have both opted to take a favourable wind angle. The question, and it's slightly different too. I don't know which of them has got it faster. The Sea Dogs are on the same angle now, but obviously they went wider around the marker, so it's tough to say. And the Sea Dogs are now ahead of the Dragon Bomb. The Dragon Bomb clearly not having quite the same level of speed. That's the Fish Cabal approaching the marker now. We're going to stay... Well, let's go and see who else is still in the running. There's another one. Oh, that's the 104. That's the Chris Tricks, just ahead of Fish Cabal coming into the marker. And because the marker stuff is the most interesting, we'll watch that develop. See if the Cabal can pick up any ground, any sea there over the Chris Tricks as they come in. Chris Tricks currently running 4th in this race. How did they do last time round? Not great. They were in fact penultimate in the last race. In this one, they're doing significantly better. Fish Cabal were very fast in the last one. This time, they decided to be armed. And they are in fact engaging in combat or attempting to do so. We've got another ship coming in there. Don't know if they're on fire or not. I would imagine that's SOS-X, given the number of deaths that we've seen from other competitors along the way. The one thing that is certain, however, this is not going to be a quick time for the boats that have opted to be armed this time round. And it's looking rather like SOS-X have got the angle wrong as they approach the marker. They've taken 104 there. Chris Tricks is taking that very tightly indeed. Fish Cabal are getting it wrong. Yeah, they've got I think they're lining up to get a shot off before they take the marker, but they're going to regret that quite a bit. No, you've made a mess of that, lads. I'll be honest. You could have done that better. You've lost a lot of space there. Right, so Chris Tricks have taken the same angle that SOS-X took last time round before advancing out to the next waypoint. Which obviously I need to now find for myself because it is northeast, that way. Right, thank you. Yeah, there you go. See, I'm a professional northeastric person there. Ladies and gentlemen of the competing factions, brace for daylight. There you go. That makes...
Ah, my eye.
Yes, 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 yes. I told you to brace this time. Bob is chucking squid galore in the chat there. I'm not entirely sure what it represents other than squid, but, you know, there it is. There's a treasure chest, look. But it's rubbish. There always are. Right. Okay, who have we got here that we're catching up on now? Because obviously I can Superman quite a bit faster than these chaps can sail. That's the 105. That's the Sea Dogs that we've got now. Don't know if they're on a different angle to other people. They were. Oh, no, we can see it now. There is the Dragon Bum. The Sea Dogs have got quite a lot of space between them and their competitor. But that's going to maybe, depending on wind direction, is going to give them an advantage when they tack back in for the next point. Dragon Bum might be going there directly, and then just ahead of them is our current race leader, the Yellow Runner, whoosh, who is running away nicely. I'm swimming. Oh no, that's not good. Superman, please. Thank you. If you touch water while you're Supermaning, you stop Supermaning. And if there's a shark in the water, they'll go like, "Oh, bonus food." And that's not what you want as an esports commentary type person. Is being turned into food midway is certainly not ideal. But okay, the Yellow Runner have just changed their angle ever so slightly. I mean, as mentioned in the first race, rooting for the Cyclones. Well, it's not rained in a little while, so it's not rained since before the first race. So rain is certainly possible. I'll look at the clouds. Yeah, it could happen. There you go. That's the news from the meteorological office there. And hold on, we will let that one through. Hold on. Sorry, Stephen. There you go. For some reason, there the YouTube does not approve of you speaking in the language of the old ones. But that's totally fine. If we get cyclones now, of course, anything could happen. Well, cyclones would happen, but anything in terms of race position could happen. That could be jolly exciting. It's not currently jolly exciting in a cyclonic sense, but in terms of the race itself, it's going to come down to what point the salty Sea Dogs over there decide to tack back in. Because if they do so after the two runners ahead of them, they might struggle to catch up, because these chaps are going to tack on to the same heading that the Sea Dogs will be taking. Fog. No, that's the opposite of what makes for a compelling race. Means I'm going to need to stick quite close to these people. Sea Dogs tacked slightly now. Yes, it looks like the Sea Dogs have changed their heading. Unless that is just white crests that I'm seeing on the waves there. This route is terrible. It certainly is not terrible. As demonstrated in the last race, people took a wide variety of different tactics. I see. Sorry, I didn't see your first comment. Yes, it's not ideal, is it? Anyway, as the fog descends, we'll stick with, yes, frog. Thank you. Oh, flipping heck, I'm swimming again. Up, please. Otherwise, you get run over. I mean, let alone get eaten by a shark, you get run over by one of the bold competitors. The Sea Dogs are a little way back. Their gambit there to go wide and cut in to get boat speed, it doesn't look like it paid. Well, when I say it doesn't look like it paid off, it didn't pay off. Not at all. But more interesting than that, the Dragon Bum is in a really nice position right now, because the marker is coming up, and if the Dragon Bum can get round it cleanly, they could take the lead. I'm building excitement. And yes, we could have a change in leadership here. I would imagine that the crew of the Dragon Bum have thrown absolutely everything they own overboard at this point. I'm seeing a bed on board the runner. Oh, interesting move. We're trying a blocking maneuver here. That's exciting, isn't it? Isn't that exciting? No, I can't really see the marker either. No, it's there. Look, here it is. It's right here. They have to go inside the marker. So that was a deliberate tack. I shall float here above the marker so that people can actually see it. I could turn the lights on, I suppose. Hold on. Oh, you are missing the race, you realise. There go the Skullduggers. There's Satan in the background. Satan's coming out to say hello. The Sea Dogs might get themselves a bit of a rude awakening as the runner there is not only cut it quite close, but cut it really, really, really close. And just can I? There we go. No, I can't. I can only change the text. I haven't actually lit them. Oh well, never mind. Well, we've gone the yellow runner is taking a slightly different bearing to the dragon bum who has gone off at a heck of a rate. It's a tricky one, that, because, well, firstly, you can't see the target island. Hold on. They're not doing what you might expect, which means that the wind is clearly against them on this one. So they're desperately trying to tack in the right direction, but while the fog has descended, it's kind of difficult to know exactly who is where. And remember, this is where in the previous race the mermaids really started to get involved in the outcome. Right, let's call up the map here, because I'm not sure if they're doing it or not. And yes, absolutely, that's the right direction. So the dragon bum started off in the wrong direction, but is now on the right one. The Sea Dogs there are on a different tack. The yellow runner is on a tack that is kind of mirroring that of the dragon bum, albeit slightly further to the port. The Sea Dogs there are going for boat speed above all else, and it looks like the fog might be clearing soon. And then over there to the in the gigantic white haze ahead of us, you can see the backmarker ships approaching the turn. They're not gonna have an easy time of it though. So the Sea Dogs have gone that way. The yellow runner is there, and the dragon bum we're going to pursue it. Just purely because they are, by my estimate, currently in the lead. Now, the best finishing time in the last race was 28:58. I mentioned that now because it may become pertinent in the next, let's say, 4 and a bit minutes. There was some gunfire. We couldn't see it, but it looks like the fog's clearing. Do you know why it looks like the fog's clearing? Because it is, and a heat wave has begun. That can take out our contestants if they're particularly hot at this particular point, particularly. There you go. So there you go. There's a yellow runner over there, and they're following a parallel course to the dragon bum, who I think are probably going as the crow flies back towards the start point. Now that could work for them, but they won't necessarily have the best speed. If the yellow runner cuts in on a better tack with better wind conditions, they could do well. Now over here somewhere is the Salty Sea Dogs. I assume they're still over here somewhere. They've obviously gone quite some distance, but in theory they're over that way somewhere. Let's take a quick look at the old map here. Out to the west is where we want to be. So that's where the finish line is this way. Yes. We're not going to see... Oh, no, I've deep six myself again. Hang on. Up we go. Thank you. So the finish line is over in this direction. It is on the rock on the side there, and we'll head over that way when the time comes, because I was getting ahead of myself a little bit, you see. Don't go into the light. No, I'm definitely not going to go into the light. Because that would end perilously. Dragon Bum's making a tack at the moment. They've gone through on a slightly different bearing as they aim for the island. Evidently they were pulling a good windward direction until they've now decided to go at a kind of 90 degree angle to try and get over to the island. Now we will now head in this direction. Remember, 28:58 the time to beat. We're currently at 27 minutes, coming up on 27 minutes. So I don't think, given that people were unable to able, I should say, were able to kit themselves out quite strategically this time. This is an awful last leg. It's a bit long. Or is it that you're facing into the wind this time? Well, we'll get some feedback from the competitors after we're done here. Although, it has to be said, I don't recognise this island. I've lost all of the contestants. No, this is definitely the place. There's boats parked all over it, right? Okay, so they're coming from that way-ish, right? Yeah, I think they've probably gone straight into a headwind this time, but that means it is going to reward seamanship. It's the wind and the fog. Well, there's no fog anymore. The fog's departed, although maybe it is still hanging over certain Death Island, which is where the Overlook is, or it was when I last saw it. Well, I haven't seen the Sea Dogs in some time. I haven't seen any. Oh, hold on, here we go. There you go. There's the Dragon Bum currently coming into view. Now, they are going to need to make a turn in order to get round the finish line. But I tell you something, their angle is pretty good. The Sea Dogs are hot on their tail, however. Hype! And so on. Right, Sky. Wait, where do they go? They're over here. Hype and so on. Now, have the Sea Dogs got as strong a route, as strong a course, I should say, because they are coming up that big tack they made early on to head out in a better windly direction appears to have paid off. No sign. No, there they are. Look, there's the yellow runner. I think they're too far over, if I'm honest, but they are almost level pegging with these chaps. The yellow runner, it looks like, is making a direct beeline. Ooh, no, they're not going to make it. They're going on a straight course. These guys are going to come in this way and then zig in to get the finish line. But we'll see. No, Dragon Bum is definitely pulling ahead of the Salty Sea Dogs. For whatever reason, they may be running lighter. They may be. I'm very thirsty. I'm sure it will be fine. I only need to survive until everybody crosses the finish line. That's the only time I need to survive to, because my water jug is, in fact, empty, unless it isn't. I want to drink from my water jug. No, it's not happening at the current time. And there we go. The Dragon Bum has made the turn. I think it's a bit early. I think a little bit later would mean they could hold a better angle, but we'll see how it goes, because here is the approach now. They are on approach vector to the finish line. The Sea Dogs, who are possibly listening in, are going a little bit later, thinking that I know something. It's just not true. But they do have a slightly more aggressive angle. Now, the question is going to be, who has better boat speed on this approach? The other thing to take into consideration is the yellow runners out there somewhere. Now, I know we discounted them a little while ago, but they will be making a turn and should be entering the fray any time soon. This last leg has clearly cost the teams, though, because we're significantly slower this time around than we were in the previous race. There's the yellow runner now. They're not going to factor into this, not unless they are taking a heck of a speed, but I don't think they are. Just don't think it's going to happen. The Dragon Bum has got a good line here, and the Sea Dogs are more or less matching it. It's just a question of, are they going to make a mess of it crossing the line? And I probably is the answer to that. I need one of those, because we give some kind of flair-oriented salute to the winners. Let's stay here and get a measure of the distance between the two ships as they head towards the finish line. The Dragon Bum's really going to have to make a mess of this if they're going to lose it. The Sea Dogs have the inside angle, but they are multiple ship lengths back, probably 4 ship lengths back. We've got some fire coming in from the 108, which is not an actual contestant. If they do anything to actually hit one of these ships, I will be bitterly annoyed, and I will sink them with my scowling. But here we go. They've got to come in and then take the marker on their port side, so on their left-hand side. Once they do so, they will be considered to have won. So actually the Dragon Bomb's got a great line here, and I don't see any reason they're not going to take this in first position. Don't forget, until they were beset by a mermaid, you now got to turn, lads, turn, until you cross the line. You haven't. There you go. That's the winning time there. 32:31 for 109. 32:31 for 109. 105 is going to come in fairly shortly. They are going to need to take a port turn as they pass the markers, and then we will consider them to have completed the race, and that's going to happen any moment now. Or not, as the case may be. Whatever. That'll do. 32:59 for 105. 32.59 for 105. The Dragon Runner is... or the Dragon Runner. The Yellow Runner is the next one coming up.
Who's drowning?
And hopefully I can get a few more contestants over the line before I die of thirst. Although I might have time to just Superman it over to the dock, grab a quick bevy, and still get me timings in, because we've got a couple of barrels over here. Easy now. Right, there we go. Down we go. Down we go. Whoop. Thank you. Open. Thank you. Drink. Good. Right, get back to the line. Slick. Right, good. And I beat the flipping Yellow Runner as well. They seem to be languishing back in third place there. Not really maintaining any kind of speed at all. But yeah, it's a tricky one, this one. Oh, I've got an idea for the third race, and it's a good one. People are going to like it. Whether or not it works, hard to say. But I think people are going to get on board with it. The Dragon Runner now, the Yellow Runner. I don't know why I keep calling it the Dragon Runner, but I just do. They're coming in. They're going to take the marker by colliding with it, more or less. Excellent. 34.27. 34.27. And then, of course, we've just got to wait for these freighters to turn up that are completely loaded down with cannons. They'll be around in, let's see, probably about 20 minutes, I imagine. If assuming they're still armed, of course. If they had any sense, they would have thrown their cannons overboard by now. But sense and bad company are not necessarily the soundest of bedfellows there. But a good race, well run there by the Dragon Bomb, and it can only lead you to go, what might have been in that first race had they not been abducted by a mermaid. But that gives them a... well, sure, I'm going to have to total up the scores in a minute, and I'll do that in a moment. Yeah, I'm going to have a drink. All right. Good. Right, how much did you actually take on board the Dragon Bum there?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. Yeah, see, that's a pretty quick way to go. How about the Sea Dogs?
Just had some resources for repair, and the ones used a few times, but we did end up ditching some of it halfway through.
Right, okay, fair enough. We've got two coming in at more or less the same time, which is bizarre that they are that close together. One would assume that they'd been shooting each other the entire way. But who's this we got coming in now? This is the Fish Cabal, so 000 in your booking sheet, and 104, which is the Chris Tricks, are neck and neck, and both ships were armed at the start of the race. I would imagine they are less armed now, or they're out of ammunition, but they're both on a very similar heading. And the Cyclones are starting. Looks like the Fish Cabal there. No, they didn't get immediately wiped out, but the day is still young. They could get wiped any moment. Remember, chaps, you have got to cross the line. just tickling it as everybody else has chosen to do. Oh, what a good place to stick a cyclone there. I can barely see the line. There's the line, and it is Fish Cabal just 3707, 3708, 3707, and the Christrix 370808. And I'm getting just a little bit pushed around by a cyclone. Is there anybody else out there who hasn't sunk?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, okay, we got.
Boss X.
All right. Well, your time still counts. In fact, I can see you now.
Playing our favorite mini game.
Drop anchor. Drop anchor. Hey. I need a drink. Desperately.
Well. I mean, we could have had greater adventures had the storms turned up a little. Well, that's a convenient place to have a cyclone there, right on the start line. Yeah, these things happen. And across the line in 3802 is the SOS X there, 3802, and then we got two that did not finish. Because they were sunk by cannonballs and they didn't take enough materials to repair themselves. Smashing. Right.
Why are Team SOS called SOS, not Sexier?
Right, I'm going to go with a bit of cheat walk, which is easier than deep sixing yourself. Right, I'm going to take a swift break because I've been talking non-stop for the last hour and 40 minutes. I shall be back presently. I will leave you with the dulcet tones of a little bit of cyclone and the chatter of the contestants who are in the room, who will therefore keep it clean. Thank you, contestants.
Thank you.
Keeping it clean. Anyone got a broom?
That's a challenge.
I got a brush.
Did anyone actually finish the race with cannons?
No, I mean I
No.
Did anybody else sink ships?
Nope. We crashed into. We almost crashed into two.
Well, we definitely crashed into one.
MS, where are you?
On top of the.
So,
pink
who won that?
No idea.
Where are you?
Ninja. The Ninja boat.
won, and Ninja won the overall for the last two.
So who won between us and the Cabal? I'm not entirely sure.
I think he said the Cabal came first, but
We were both being bombarded by cyclones.
Did I manage to pull you up here?
You're pulling me somewhere, yeah.
Hey!
Okay. You do realise I am an admin of your company.
Yeah, so you can always have a bit of fun.
I'm hovering over the demolish icon now.
Aww.
I'm standing right in front of the Colonel. Should I threaten him?
Is he asleep?
No, he isn't actually.
we should all get off the
No,
boats and go do the dance in front of him.
I got a song sheet. Oh, let me get a song sheet.
That was a really good race up at the second buoy.
Yeah.
Getting those three ships at different angles.
That was really funny in the first part of it when everyone was firing and losing hull plane.
It's fun
Well,
that
not everyone.
Diedrich and Four Leaf just killed themselves because they decided to ram us and lose all their.
Yeah, I thought that would have worked.
We didn't. We nearly. We took 2,000 damage or something on the side.
Yeah, one of our planks was at 2,500 or so.
Can you see the stream?
Just a big guy standing in front of Kyle dancing.
I got a song sheet we can all dance in front of Colonel.
Go ahead, X. I'm ready.
I'm running back.
I need to stop dancing. I'm losing stamina.
Do it.
Bunch of old pirates dancing. My God.
With a cyclone in the background.
This is so
Okay.
different from the first sailing out in the rafts when you're dancing up on that platform. You were all young men then. Look at yous now.
Most of us are wearing the same clothes, though.
Aw.
And but if you completed this tune, X, what buff do we got?
What?
Or what tune were you trying to play?
I was playing the Easy Treasure. Wow, you got an accordion too.
No. I'm the firearms manufacturer, not the musician.
How am I sucking? I haven't missed a thing. Who's messing me up? People ruining my song.
The pity you can't just improvise on the accordion.
Yeah, you can free play.
Can you? Oh, cool.
You can. I might have to.
Yeah, perhaps should have predicted that this would be happening. I'm surprised I'm not dead, to be honest. Yeah. River dance, everybody. There we go. Yeah. Marvellous. Good. Yeah. Well, you know what? You've all done a sterling job at amusing the folks back home. And each other, I would imagine.
Yes.
Yes.
Jolly good. Now, I could total up my scoreboard here. There's the scoreboard, everybody. But I'm not going to, because watching me do sums in pencil and paper while streaming is far from... Would you cease that infernal cacophony, please, Exia?
Oh.
Before I stick a flare up your kazoo.
I've got a question. I could take an L for you, Colonel. If it's got the
Good times. Good times. Flipping heck. Get out of the way. That's a sight you don't really want up in your face. Too close there. I see everyone's harpooning each other. Yeah, that's...
I actually don't think we can kill each other.
Well, that's good. That's very
No, you definitely can. I saw damage.
Okay, good. Right, well, there's that. Now then, is anybody game for another race?
Yeah.
We do have 2 spare ships, so we can quite easily we could quite easily add further ships into the account. I was going to suggest we reverse the angle. You're doing the Union of the Snake there, I see. Good. Okay. Right. Well, look. As long as you're all happy, then so am I. That's the bit that matters. Right there.
Sauce, what are you doing?
Right then. You're back into. Do you want to go armed again? Mandatory armed. Everyone must take 1 cannon to keep it equal.
Yeah, that'll probably be good.
Needs to be less
I reckon
than less
boarding.
ships standing.
Demolition
I've got a suggestion for the mandatory combat mission that will be the last thing we do, but we'll do that after this. We'll do one race and then we'll do I've got a PvP adventure for those who want to take part that should be a chuckle. But we'll do one more race first. Each ship, 1 cannon and 10 cannonballs.
Is that mandatory?
Yeah, well, you have to carry them even if you don't shoot them.
Okay, I'll go and get them.
Are you
And we have to take them all the way to the end.
You can attack the turtle if you feel like it.
Can you repair the ship? Ninja?
Yes, you can repair your ships.
Vicky, you get the cannon, I'll get the balls, then.
Where are they?
Are they in your purse?
This is what I have to work with.
Question stands, where are they?
They're over on the dock over here.
On the what, sorry?
Over this way. Hold on, I'll go fly there. By where 108 is parked.
Someone needs to change the sound to turtle.
Dietrich, what are you doing to that pig?
Seriously, Dietrich.
Well, so I'll get a cannon.
And the balls.
Kevin has flung £5 into the oh dear, I drowned him. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was just going to take him for a little trip. I was going to go and stick him in the dinghy, but I'm now carrying a dead body, so I don't think I'll bother. Ho hum. Right. Yes. I'll drop some other materials into the box. Kevin, you slung £5 into the bucket. Thank you very much. Have a coffee on you. I'd rather not. For coffee is of Satan, and therefore I shall have something else, probably carbonated. There you go. But I thank you for the gesture. Right, let's get some wood. So GFI wood. Let's go oak. And then
How many wood? Actually, how many balls?
10.
1 0.
Any specific cannon, please, Luke?
There we go. Yeah, that's how you can tell when someone's cheating, because they make that kind of sound. Right, let's just do it this way. Yep. And then let's take back my parts. There we go. Right, there we are, smashing. There's wood, I'll do thatch. What else are you going to need? Thatch, fibres.
Wood. Alloy if we've got a cannon as well.
Thatch. You'd say the thatch, I'll just put basic in. Here we go.
Isn't there a bunch of resource chests on top of the shipyard?
There probably are, but I'm sticking some in this box anyway in case anybody needs it.
There were ammo chests.
Yeah, I left an ammo, at least one. I left an ammo chest per box. An ammo box per ship. I provided those already. Just yell if you need anything else. And I'll do some minor calculating going on here. So if we were then to go with that's first and that's second, that's third, that's fourth. This is going to take quite a while to do a comprehensive roundup there. Let's talk to the chat.
Hello, chat.
Kevin doesn't like coffee either. Good man.
Gotta be one.
There are many of us out there that have come to the conclusion that there are finer ways of getting some caffeine up in yourself, and coffee ain't it. 305, 324 is 6th, and that's
Team P will have to retire for tonight.
and that's 8. Team P has retired. Thank you, Team P.
Twice is quite enough.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you very much for your for joining in there.
Thank you.
Even if you got sunk, happens to the best of us. Hello, chat. Hello, chat. Can I join? I'm at Island.
Hello, chat.
What island? We're in. We are in. I can't remember which zone we're in. B2.
We're in B2.
If you can make your way here, come on in. If you've literally only just joined the server, you may struggle to get in. For those of you at home who aren't aware and have yet to witness the true power and majesty of my advertising, you too can come join the server by joining Bad Company. Yes, indeed, and you can join Bad Company either by hitting the join button on that there YouTube. In which case I'll get a notification and you'll get a whoop whoop, as well as a nice little badge next to your name in the chat. That's good. Bob the Builder. Bob the flipping bridge builder. Nice bridge, Bob. Yes, come on over. We're on the Northwest Island on B2. Or what? Oh, you're right there. You're literally right there. You're going to need a pal. Well, if Team P have bailed, 107 is yours. You need a crew member. Either that or you can solo it. So if you go find 107, that will be yours.
Pat, where do I spawn?
Or you can sign up via Patreon. In which case there are several different ways. There we go. Use the chat. Use the chat's good. Grand T has just quit YouTube. Silly boy. That was an error in judgment. I'll have a word with him and say Grand T should not quit YouTube because he makes good stuff. No, it's another train channel for you there. But hey, you either stick with it or you don't stick with it. No one can choose a path other than the paths that can be chosen by them who choose them. I don't know. I tell you, an hour and a half of constant rabbiting on, trying to make things terribly exciting, and your brain starts to leak out through your nozzle.
Where is everyone?
Good. Right. Where is everyone? They're all equipping the boats. Mars of the Skullduggers is bailing, so that's the yellow runner is a crew member down.
All right. Sinos is here.
Okay, well, sort yourselves out, and I'll do a quick whip round and see who's on board what before the next one. Available ship is 107. You take 107 because that's leveled up a bit.
No problems.
And actually, it's sounding like we're going to be quite thin for contestants this time around, in which case we may move in a different direction, but we'll see what happens.
3 to a ship might make it interesting.
Yeah, it would.
4 to a ship. Who's actually leveled up so they can have 4 in their ship?
107 has a missing crew member.
Yes. Well, I mean, we'll go with 2 per ship, and then we'll see what we've got. So I'm going to get airborne, and that way I can. Well, apparently I can land straight back in the drink. Straight back up. There we go. Well, this one's still brand new. 108 has never been used. If anybody wants it.
Bob, come to 108. Post.
And there's the Chris Tricks there, looking resplendent in green. Right next door to them are the Salty Sea Dogs, looking resplendent in turquoise. Then you've got the. I thought these guys are retired. Oh no, it's the Skullduggers. This was. Excuse me. I should stop calling them that. That's Soz X, but they appear to have changed. Oh no, their name has changed colour because they're in a different company. Because they're ruddy pirates. And who have we got on board here? That's
I've got the cannonballs.
That's Jeff the Beard with his accordion, and there's Soz there. And here's the champion at the of the last race, Dragon Bum, with their one cannon. That's the what? I'm confused. Have we got pirates on 2 ships now? Have you jacked 106? No, you haven't. Well, who's 102?
The Yellow Runner was pirates.
Yeah. The Yellow Runner was pirates. My apologies. Yes, I got confused, didn't it? That's easily done. Very, very easily done.
I think you need some coffee.
I don't need any coffee.
How about tea?
Nope. No.
Scotch and Coke.
In my perfect abode, there is absolutely no requirement for a kettle.
I think Mars and Vicar can give you plenty of hot cocoa.
No, hot drinks could just do one.
Fair enough.
Maybe a cup of soup at a push, because anything that has previously dehydrogenated is acceptable for some reason. I couldn't tell you for sure, but there you go. You need some huge battleships for an all-out battle. Funny you should mention that. We're not going to have an all-out battle between huge battleships, but here's the Armada. This is everybody's brought their own pimped ride along to the show this evening. That's a lot of. They've got a lot of danglers here. What's this for?
MS.
Ninja.
Diving rig.
MS.
Boats. Yeah. They've got 2 diving rigs and 2 rowing boats. Nice. That's the Brunel of the Salty Sea Dogs. Nice ship. Then over here you've got. This is the. Can't quite make the name out. We're going to have go look at the back. The Black Sails. There's a pirate ship of the Batavia. Okay, and then next to that you've got the Fish Cabal here, who've brought a veritable menagerie with them and are making their crew sweat it out on board the boat, which is delightful. Then you've got Yenny, which is it's a functional piece of decoration that we've got going on here. Clearly they like to work as they go, with their cooker and the barrel there that is still open. Then you've got another Salty Sea Dog ship here, which has got actually quite a deep deck. Nice. I think this is the Ark, isn't it? Did you bring the Ark with you?
Yeah, that's the Ark.
That's the Ark, for the transportation of various items. And then this is the Colonel, which is my own personal ride, which is somewhat work in progress, but has got quite the superstructure going on, and as a result is very slow. So we're working on it.
MS, have you got any pictures for the gallery?
Not for today.
Right, okay, we've got a minimum of 3 boats that are actually ready. 4 boats that are ready by the looks of it. Who are we waiting for? Okay, well, hold on. Let's do it this way. 109, 104, 105, and 106 are ready.
Yep. 106 is ready.
102 is about to be ready.
Okay, cool.
108, preppy.
Come on up to the line as soon as you're in business. There you go. And I'm hot again, and I'm hungry, and I'm about to start getting vitamin deficiency. Good times, very good times. Right, okay. There we are. But the flotilla has been eroded ever so slightly, but we got some tunes going on.
A couple ships did sink in the last race, right?
That's right. Yep. But we had 10 ships commissioned, and only 8 were in use. Did I just get rammed, or did someone shoot me with a harpoon? Thank you for the surprise boat, says Vance. Thank you, Vance. That's most generous of you. Yeah, it's all good stuff. Right. Okay. All right. So in this one, we are leveled. We've leveled the playing ground. We've played the level ground again, and the upshot should be that, much like the first race, which was much closer, everyone should be of a similar top speed, which is jolly good. The only difference this time is that everybody has a single cannon on them. They don't have to use the cannon. They do have to carry it to the first waypoint. Once you're past the first waypoint, you can fling your cannon overboard if you wish to. Strategy might be fling it overboard and go a bit faster. That said, as soon as you run out of cannonballs, you can fling your cannon overboard. So maybe another strategy to do is just rapid fire the cannon. I don't know. Right, I need to get myself some flare gun on the go. There's 000, the Fish Cabal. pulling up to the line. Right, flare guns. Right. And as before, we'll kick off hostility the very moment that the last ship crosses the line. Obviously, if you are the last ship, and I think you're dawdling, I'll kick it off without you. So, you know, dirty hacks, I see you coming. It's just a good lineup. So we've got the Fish Cabal. Are we two-manning the crew on the Fish Cabal? Yes, we are. And then we've got the Yellow Runner, which is single helm, which is jolly exciting. I'm not currently getting a name up there. That is Flavor Beans on the Yellow Runner. And then over here we've got the there's just a very scary man on that boat. That's 106, which is the Soz there, and they're looking good to go. Then you've got the Salty Sea Dogs there on 105, 104. That's Chris Tricks. They've performed kind of middling so far. I'm expecting to see big things from them. Obviously, Pink Ones go faster. Here is the Dragon Bum, where we've got a tap dance going on the ammo chest to kick things off. There. Right, this is your 5-minute warning. We're waiting. I think we're waiting for one more competitor to turn up, but you've got your 5-minute warning, and it is going off. Right, wait for it. Hold on, stopwatch. Oh, you've got to go with a stopwatch. 5-minute warning is now. Right, there we go.
Yes, and you're allowed to have a pen.
Make sure it's an elephant.
What?
Does the Yellow Runner even have a gun? I thought it did. I was pretty sure it did.
In the box?
It's in the box. You're carrying it. You haven't equipped it. Thank you, Hayes. Good spot there. So Kim spotted that in the chat there. Immediately ratted you out.
Protesting violence, I guess.
Yeah, well... I mean, to be honest, the Yellow Runner has been in contention in both races so far, so they've got it to prove. And they are short-handed in this particular race. So
where do we get the cannon, Colonel?
From the chests on the dock side. Hold on, I'll be right there. Shoomp. Where are you? There you go. You're here. Right here. There should be some cannon in here. If I get a bit closer. Cannon balls in that one. And then in the one next to it, maybe? Or have they been cleaned up? Yep. Cannons and cannonball and ammo chests in the one next to that. So those first three.
I should have waited to put the cannon on deck.
You can put the cannon on deck if you wish. In fact, it's probably advisable to put it on the deck just in case you're feeling chancy. But it does mean taking your hand off the tiller if that's the way you want to go.
Sorry, what was that?
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Right, okay, so everyone clear on the when they can abandon their cannon?
Yeah. Have you got the cannon? Alright, I've got the cannon, thank you. Have you got the... I'm a bit heavy, Pat, can you,
There we go.
Can you help me at all? I'm very heavy.
Okay, so we're in the as before. If you're late to this, the strategy at the beginning that no one's really gone for so far, but I think the inside line has tended to take the lead at the start of previous racing, but no one has yet tried a get boat speed before the race kicks off approach to things.
I might be able to do it.
So as you can see, here is the start line between here and the dinghy, which means or dinghy.
Heavy, Pat. I got to drop something.
I don't object to either.
Dropping the cannon just here. Can you pick it up?
Yeah, so the next objective is that island over there. So the inside line has tended to take the lead from the start line, whereas on the far side here, our pink friends, the Dragon Bum, they've probably got a slightly better angle to take the first marker. So It's
I've got one
it's
cannon,
tough
I've
to
got
say
one.
exactly which is the better approach. How long do you need, chaps? Because we're closing in on kickoff.
Give me 1 minute.
You've got 1 minute 40 seconds.
First, can you check this?
So precise.
We're doing it on stopwatch. We're operating under professional racing rules ish. I haven't got a hooter. Really? If I had a hooter, we'd use a hooter, but I've only got a flare gun, so we're using that.
Cannons are part of the official race rules.
In these, yeah, cannon. Well, we're adapting. We're revolutionising the sport for the 15th century, because that's how we roll, and we come.
Do you need to kill yourself?
No time.
And then one more to go, and the race will be underway. We're looking at the final competitor. Oh, here we go. 108 is coming up. Chaps, do you have a team name? Bob? Do you got a team name? We're going to refer to them as 108. It's all good. But
Silent 08.
we're into the countdown now. They have got some boat speed, actually. This late start might be interesting, but we're going to have to see how it pans out. They're all ready with... Everybody's got their sails in the correct alignment for kickoff. The question is, who's going to make headway as the race gets underway? And we've got good unfurl going from the yellow runner there. The Salty Sea Dogs are away like a whippet. As mentioned, Fish Cabal got a good start there, but they were a little bit further forward. The Dragon Bum appears to have not opened its second sail, which might cost them.
When can we shoot?
Now. And our fire has commenced. Well, you can draw your own conclusions here. The run to the front, the first marker there, at which point people can dispose of their guns if they wish to, because that will give them better speed. But in the meantime, their speed isn't going to matter one jot if they are underwater at that point. And it does look like the yellow runner took on a bit of water there. No, they're probably all right. The Fish Cabal and 106. That is Soz there. Are mixing it up significantly. They may have lost a little bit of angle on the lead there. The Dragon Bum's taking a speculative shot there at 104, which is Chris Tricks, who are making great speed up the middle. Unfortunately, they've got their cannon pointed forwards, which is... Oh, they're firing all of their cannonballs in order to get the weight off the ship. Now, there's a strategy, and it was declared legal in the run-up to the race. Now, the yellow runner is actually on a charge right now. They've got a slightly different sail angle. Do you see the slightly different sail angle? And I think it might be more effective. The Sea Dogs have still got the lead at the moment. But then you've got the Dragon Bum coming up behind. But this is almost three-way neck and neck as we head toward the first marker. This is terrific, right? This is what we should have done the second time around. Instead of take as much weight as you like, is limit everyone to the same loadout, because it makes for a nice close race. Yeah, it does look like the yellow runner have got slightly better boat speed than Chris Tricks, but everything will come to a head when we reach the first marker, because getting the inside line there is going to make a heck of a difference. Well, it might make a heck of a difference. Might make absolutely no difference at all. It's a tricky one, but I've got to make it sound like there's a lot to play for. Although that said, there is a lot to play for, because the overall winner of the festivities is going to get themselves a cheat box. And the cheat box, for those of you who have never come across it before, is basically a very nice looking safe, which you can use as a storage chest, but it contains 10 of everything you can make in the game.
You won't give us a crab, would you?
10 galleons.
Where's 104's cannon? 104, are you packing a cannon?
We got rid of it because we got no cannonballs left.
You still have to carry the cannon.
Oh.
Yeah, you're only allowed to dump the cannon.
You didn't say that.
You're allowed to dump the cannonballs by firing them.
Yeah.
But then you've got to keep the cannon until the first junction.
Does that mean they're disqualified?
No, I tell you what, when you reach the first marker, sails all the way up, and then sails all the way back down again. That's your time penalty.
Okay.
I could be mean and make you drop anchor, but I'm not that mean.
The Dragon Bomb did the same thing.
But sails all the way up, sails all the way back down again, that will be considered legal.
Fishbed did it too, so...
Dismantle when we get there.
Fishbed did it too. Well, in which case, that's the penalty. When you reach the first marker, all sail up, then all sail back out again. There we go. Let's just go into a... Yeah, that's Flavour Beans there, narking on everyone. Yeah, you know who to blame. That's the Overlook. Yeah, fine looking establishment that is, built by some kind of crazed genius. There, clearly. Oh, we've got a bit of argy-bargy going on as Chris Trix is taking an aggressive angle to cut off the competitors, but he does have to stop. Now the thing is he going to try and stop directly in front of the others, thereby making them swerve around the outside or drive into the back of them? Is that the kind of damage that they're going to be able to take? Let's get I want a slightly lower angle, please.
Close.
Slightly lower angle. There we go. And there we go. One sail closed. Yes. The other sail needs to close as well. That's closed too. Yep. Okay. Penalty served. You're allowed to unfurl and be on your way. The Sea Dogs get inside as the they're neck and neck. Look. And that's properly close stuff. But 102 there. That's the yellow runner has got away very cleanly indeed. There, but the Dragon Bomb are also serving their penalty. Good work. Good honourable sailing. There, 106. That's the Soz X. There goes sailing through, and then coming up from behind, you've got Fish Cabal, followed by 108. Which is otherwise known as 108, and they will be moving a little slower because that ship has not levelled up, so they will be taking a weight penalty because the others will probably have upped the. I'm being told that I said that they could throw their cannons overboard. Well, whatever. It's made for a fascinating race, and I'm sure everybody. Thanks, Eric. Yeah, I thought I might have said that as well, but I couldn't be certain, and you were certain because you were paying attention. Anyway, there's a nice chase going on at the back between 108 and the Fish Cabal, who are trying to get their sails back in order. They have now done so, but as we move up the field here, and it is a beautiful day for some sailing, it has to be said. We've got a nice...
You said that, we're going to get cyclones.
Yep, I hope so. Yeah, okay, so we've got a good spread of contestants there. That looks like it's the yellow runner out in the lead. That was a cannonball. Interesting choice there. The 106 Soz X have decided not to throw their cannon away, and they are still maintaining boat speed. How can this be? Well, for they are the Kwisatz Haderach, I would imagine. Yes, the yellow runner out in the lead at the present time, closely and hotly pursued by the Salty Sea Dogs and Chris Trix, both of whom are making good pace and taking a slightly different angle of attack. The Dragon Bomb and whoever that is, Soz
Mermaid.
X, Soz Mermaid. Hold on, they've called out Mermaid, which is going to make for some good viewing. Everybody having to take evasive there. Apart from
out of the circle,
the Dragon Bomb is currently not trying to evade the Mermaid. Well, if you recall, in the first race, they fell afoul of the Mermaid. Oh, we've clearly got some action there. The the 102, the yellow runner, has lost someone overboard into the tender mercies of the mermaids.
Loving embrace of the Lady of the Sea.
There, and
The sharks.
they're nowhere to be seen. There we go. We're back, but you can see already that they've lost quite a lot of space there, leaving it a quick race there between the Sea Dogs and Chris Tricks as we head towards marker 1. We're probably 3/4 of the way towards marker 1 now, and they're both on. They are on slightly different angles. Marker 2, beg your pardon, thank you. Yep, they're on a slightly different angle of attack, but I think Chris Tricks just has the lead. Just about has the lead. Well, okay, well, if we look at it like this, they've got the lead. But it looks like the Sea Dogs may have boat speed. And are clearly planning another tacking move to try and get that in. And we're seeing the same thing over here from SOSX. They're taking a very wide angle to do the final approach on the island. Now, we've seen this almost work for them in 2 separate races. It is marker 2. Thank you. But almost work is not the same as actually working, is it? No.
Yes.
It's not. It's not. Almost working is not the same as actually working.
We have 40% of a plan.
That you're acting on 100% of the time? Don't interrupt the commentary chopper, otherwise you'll throw the commentary chopper off the expert and eruditely delivered commentary, which you are all very much enjoying while you sail in a straight line. Again, for a 3rd time, that you signed up to do, which, you know, I mean, that's a reflection on you, not me. The spacing between the Sea Dogs and 104, which is Chris Tricks, is pretty much the same. There's no change going on there. The yellow runner is pursuing SOSX, so they're clearly on a same kind of strategy. The Dragon Bum is a little way back. I think when it comes to rounding the marker, the positions are going to be Chris Tricks, Sea Dogs, SOSX, and then the Dragon Bum, and then the yellow runner. Yeah, that's my forecast. There are other ships in this race, but they are some way back. We'll just have to wait. It's the Fish Cabal and 108 are a little way back, and we'll have to see if they can make up that distance as we move forward. Are you on the edge of your seat? I rather think you are. Keep hold of your oars. We've got a little way to go yet as we come up on 2/3 of the way through the race, and the weather is absolutely marvellous. Yeah, it's definitely not going to rain. We won't see any cyclones in this race, nor will we see any ships of the damned turn up on the course, because they never appear in this game at all. Nope, you're not going to see any more mermaids or shark attacks. Well, we've already gone past Satan's Island, so I guess he's probably done for the day. But there's a reasonable spread of action here, and it's going to be very interesting to see who manages to round a point first. But as mentioned, I think Chris Tricks are going to get to the marker. Dragon Bum does look like they are closing in, though. In fact, when I say it looks like they're closing in, they're closing in. They have narrowed the distance between themselves and the Sea Dogs. What will be telling is when the outliers over there, so that's SOSX again, when they decide to make their tack, because they will be coming on the same angle as the other ships. Gracious me. Gracious. Excuse me. There you go. Yeah, I need a little drinky.
Is it tea?
It's not tea. No, it is Diet Coca-Cola, provided by the Coca-Cola Corporation. It's made of all natural ingredients that were then thrown away and replaced with chemicals. And basically what that means is scientists have made that drink taste good, or at least acceptable, or at least okay. And therefore therefore. Oh no, we're coming up on Satan's Island. Satan's out for a stroll at the moment. Maybe he'll get involved as the competitors come in close. The wide-ranging ships are not in sight. They have not done the right strategy here. So Mr. Satan there wandering through the tree line. I'm going to shoot a flare at him and see how he likes it. There we go. Not a lot, I reckon.
Go.
But here we are. We're at the second point now, and coming up, making the turn. Oh, that's... You remember to take it on the left-hand side there, lads. You're not new here. Take it on the left-hand side. They've lost a lot of speed there. They made their sail turn a little bit faster than perhaps was ideal. But they are around the buoy now and making a move. Once again, we're seeing the Dragon Bum come up the inside here, and they could get an angle on the Sea Dogs. But the Sea Dogs are already around. They're adjusting sail position now, and they've got boat speed. But what's remarkable is the sheer speed at which the Dragon Bum is back on the power, having reached the marker. They've closed right up on the Sea Dogs, but the Sea Dogs, I think, have got a slightly better angle at the moment. Meanwhile, we've got an incoming here. The Fish Cabal are taking the inside lane, but they're going to get there. Well, they are going to get there first. We've still got some cannon. Oh, that was a good shot that missed. But it was a good shot anyway. It's always very surprising to see a shot when supposedly people are throwing their cannon away. But they evidently have not. And Cabal are round now. One sail turned, other sail turned, and they're away ahead of Sozex, who will come round next. And then the yellow runner comes round. 108 is actually closing in quite quickly, and they're making good speed, and it's a nice angle that they've chosen as well. We'll watch them get past here, and then we'll catch up on people. And then we really need to keep our fingers crossed that I don't die of a vitamin deficiency before they reach the finish line. Otherwise, we won't know who wins.
You could use, Colonel, to stop that from happening.
Go on, eat something.
Well, apart from that, cheat infinite stats.
Do the what now?
Type into your admin panel, cheat infinite stats.
Cheat infinite stats. Thank you. Infinite stats. That looks promising. Right, I'm not going to die of vitamin deficiency. Let's do what we did in the first race. Let's fly by. No, let's deep six ourselves. But I'm moving at a heck of a rate, look. To be honest, I think I might be able to outswim these. Oh, no, maybe not. Right, okay, go on. Airborne, please. Before we get sharked. Right, so that's 108 there, bringing up the rear, but their boat, as mentioned, is not leveled up, and therefore they will be moving a little slower. Then you've got 102 here, which is the yellow runner. They're looking pretty good. As we zig over to the next that I can see. I'm not entirely sure if they're behind or ahead. It's going to be pretty close. So there you go. This is 106. That's Sozex there, and I've splashed myself again. Up, please. No. Time it with the wave. Up. There you go. Good. Before you get eaten by a shark is the preferable way to do it. Then you got 000, the Fish Cabal.
He's missing a man.
They're flying solo and wish to make that known that they are competitive despite being a man down.
They were getting rid of any extra weight that they could.
So, including a crew member. Dragon Bum and the Salty Sea Dogs have been neck and neck since that last marker, and there's still very little to divide them here. I can't see how the Dragon Bum gets past them unless there is some manner of handling error in between now and the finishing line amounts to the same thing. But
full of earthworms catching lots of fish, then.
The Dragon Bum have adjusted their angle ever so slightly. They are trying to take an overtaking angle. They've lost a little bit of speed as a result. The gap is widening, but I think they're assuming that they can do something action-oriented as a result of that. And then out in front is Chris Tricks. still. They've got enough space between them and their competitors now that I think that they're going to get over the line in first place. But the battle here is, well, firstly, it's between second and third. And then there is a subsequent battle at the tail end. But already I can tell you that this is a very fast time. This is easily, well, I say easily, this is getting on for 4 minutes faster than the fastest time we've had so far. And that is with those ships carrying additional weight on them. Remember, you have to actually cross the actual line to actually finish the actual race. Actually. Okay, so coming over the line briefly will be Chris Tricks, who take a much-deserved first place, having driven this one very nicely. And that's first place there in 23:57 there for Chris Tricks, who are 104.
No. Past the wrong side.
Past the wrong side. 23:57, 24:12. Chris Tricks.
Well, you know what? If you hadn't been crowding me, can we get sales up, please?
56.
Take it up with the judges, all right?
I'm here. I saw it. It's fine. You're right.
Suck it. I mean, well played.
No, not well played. They went the wrong side of the line. That's not permitted.
I was a bold move, that Cotton.
The dragon bomb there goes in 24:14. 14. I didn't miss the Fish Cabal crossing, did I? No, they didn't make it yet. Right, okay. Because I'm trying to note down your finishing times. It's quite important. Well, it's not at all important, it has to be said. 1:02. The yellow runner crosses in 25:12. Way! Everybody's cheering. 25:12. People are going to try and hit me with their mast, aren't they? Unless I gain a little further altitude. Fish did it in 24.
You're the one opening the
32, and then whatever that was, 25:33. Whoever that was, do we know?
Oh, incoming.
25:33. That's Sozex. 25:33. Right, we're still. There's 108. Coming up from behind. 8 is didn't compete, and then it's this time will be faster than the fastest time in the first race. Goodness gracious, I hear you all cry. My goodness, what a dramatic turn of events.
Goodness.
We're already thinking.
Why is there a bet on this shit?
And they crossed the line in 26:22. Very well done. 26.22. That's 3 races concluded. We won't do a 4th race. We don't need to do a 4th race. But I'm going to postulate another event there for the team if they are interested in doing so.
I'm already in. Kill the pirates. Yay, the pirates have sunk.
Yes.
No, well that's gone poorly. We're still going to need these ships, just FYI. Cheap walk. Try not to blow any more up than is absolutely necessary, just purely because there's some acrobatics going on there. The Team Plastic have clearly been practicing this, or is everybody going to be swinging around the same mast? Yeah, the accordion's kicked off again. Yeah, I'll do some fireworks. There we go. Yeah. Eat that, retinas. See how you...
Warning. Epilepsy warning.
Take thine crossbow from out mine face. Thank you. All right, now then. The final event of the day is a voluntary one. It might not appeal to all particular tastes. But there are some very large ships that are parked in the harbour. Are any of them armed?
Yes.
Maybe. I think only one is really armed and the rest is...
Okay, well, what I was going to suggest is that the one that is armed head between points 1 and 2, and anybody who wants a piece of it jumps on board one of the little ships that are then armed, and it is one ship versus as many suicidal sloops as want to go up against it.
Is boarding allowed at this?
No.
Okay.
Wait, so that's
You must use maneuverability, guile, and the fact that there are a lot of expendable people right next to you.
And his sonic boom attack.
do they have to actually try to sink the Batavia then?
They've got to give it a go. I don't think they will. I will pay for any losses.
They're dirty pirates.
Well, I don't know about dirty, but pirates, certainly.
We are not dirty. We are quite clean. Thank you very much.
They had their annual.
Yes, they were washed in the last cyclone.
Yeah, they had their annual bath yesterday.
Yes. Is anybody interested in doing this? Does the Batavia volunteer as tribute?
Sure, we have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Sure, he says it's my shit, you dick.
That's not gone well. Pumpkin, your arms are doing something very odd. Yeah.
We are allowed to shoot back, is it?
Yeah.
Thanks, Vec. Tap dancing in the surf. Marvelous.
We are allowed to shoot back, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, your aim is going to be to shoot everybody else down.
Okay.
And once again, I shall provide winning commentary. Ricky's creation. Love from India. It's 4:05 a.m. Goodness gracious. Well, evidently, it's probably best not to ask. Welcome to the stream. That's all. That's all jolly good. Right, who's volunteering to go up against the heavily armed Shippo war occupied by pirates?
Stars, how do I equip the cannons?
I'll do it.
All right. In which case, I suggest maximum boats is the way to go, or you could go with multiple crew members. Arm as you see fit. If you need resources, I can beef them in that way that things are beefed, which is I suppose is the thing. Mr. Bald Spots, welcome to Jolly towards the stream and everything. You just got in. Well, you're in time for the final event. I need to total up the scores, which are here to decide the overall victor of things. 3 races were run, and what I can tell you right now is the first race was won by the Soz X, who put in a mighty fine performance. The Dragon Bum was doing particularly well right up to the point that both the crew were dragged off the boat by a mermaid. In the second race, it was the Dragon Bum that won the race. They did well throughout that one. In fact, they performed strongly all evening, coming in a very respectable third in the third race. But the third race was won finally by Chris Trix, who put in an exceptional performance. And highlights will be available on this. Oh my giddy aunt!
You know you want to go.
No, I don't want to ride on the back of a turtle, pulling a very strange expression while you tow it around with a grappling hook. That's just not natural.
Oh, look, I can dance.
No. Why don't I stream Sea of Thieves? I'm streaming this. Sea of Thieves has got the best water in any game ever. This has the second best water in any game ever, and it's where all of my playmates are currently. And therefore, this is where we are. Plus, Sea of Thieves, there's not an awful lot to do, and you can't build your own base, which is a big loss as far as I'm concerned. Right. Okay, so we have Team 1, which is the Dread Pirate Ship thingamajig, versus Team 2, which is everybody who is currently mucking about on the beach.
We need cannons.
Are we ready?
Arm yourselves there, Team 2. Team 1's currently setting up position. They're doing limbering exercises. They'll have an AI crew on board who will be quite happy to just, light you up a lot, I reckon. But if you can put a hole in them, that'd be quite funny. It would make me laugh. I don't imagine they'll be giggling too much about it, but I'll certainly be quite chucklesome. Because that's kind of how I roll. Do you need more cannons?
Yes, please.
Yeah? Okay.
Let's go closer to a island.
Do we want to go to our own channel?
I've got an ammo box on me.
That's cannonball. What are cannons actually called in the cheat menu? Do you know? Vec?
Ship cannon.
Ship cannon, thank you.
I think.
Also, they're in the cheat box.
Oh, I'm still on the turtle.
There we go. All right. Yeah.
Colonel, I got a question for you.
Go.
Instead of the cheat box, can we get a giant crab?
Well, it really depends where you want to keep it. If I can find the button combination that makes it spawn, yes.
You want crabs? By all. I'm a tame lion.
Whoop! Gently, gently, gently. There you go. 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 And of course, this ability to cheat and spawn stuff in is the other thing that causes me to recommend the Atlas, because you do have your own choice of things to do. Let's spawn in a few more cannonballs at a time, shall we? 50. Okay. Oh yeah, cannon flipping frenzy. Right, there we go. Bang. Boom, take it to the moon. Right, it's bang zoom, take it to the moon. There you go. Right, there you are. There's cannonballs, there are cannons. Anybody need anything else?
Someone bumped into me.
Swivel guns.
Swivel guns? No, that targets the crew.
Yeah, but they're going to have AI crew, aren't they?
Yes, they are going to have AI crew. That doesn't mean you're allowed to kill them. If they go down with the ship, that's one thing. But purposefully targeting the crew of the ship is just wrong and bad and mean. And you're supposed to lose, but I want you to lose in a spectacular fashion.
What's this losing thing?
I want it to feel like it's close. You know, I want some tension. We need to feel like, oh, maybe they'll do it, and I'll get involved as well with my flare gun. Yes, I will.
So we're literally going to burn to death.
Quite possible, but I won't do it unless I think it's properly funny. Let's find something to properly test this on.
Hey, Colonel?
Yo!
We might need some ammunition as well.
What sort of ammunition?
Just cannonballs.
Oh, I see. Are you out at sea? You are, aren't you?
Yeah, we're near your...
You're a pirate group without cannonballs.
We have, but...
They have, but they're going to need several in order to shoot you. So that's okay. Let's stick one of those in the sky. That's nice. Did I attach it to myself? Does rather feel like I'm a ray of sunshine. In fact, I'll turn my night light on so that I'm visible when others are not. Yes.
We might need large and regular cannonball.
Okay, don't know about large. I'm sure I can figure it out. I just want to go looking it up because it's time consuming. But I'll certainly do my best in terms of.
I got the balls.
I got cannonballs.
Yeah, you do.
You don't have to.
Okay, I'll go and get some.
You should see a physician.
Can we arm our big ships instead?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, but you can take whatever's left over afterwards if you need.
I'm going to put the ammo box down over here at the back.
Park it up there, lads. I'm coming aboard.
So they should automatically load them now. Cannonballs going there.
So we'll get a couple of cannons each.
Sideways or forward facing?
We've got two, haven't we? So one at the front and one facing the rear.
Right, I need to do a bit of this before I sink through the floor.
Forward facing.
Walk.
Right, there we go.
Smashing. Right, where's your armory? Mr. Beans?
Right on the back deck.
Maybe one side here.
Where's Colonel? Oh, down here.
Down here, down here. How do you fit through that door?
Further this way.
Don't worry about it. With a running start.
Further around this way.
I'm not a team member, so I can't get into stuff.
You can get into the box here.
Okay, right, cool. Right, okay. Right. That will do for that. Access inventory.
You can also use the left mouse button to reload automatically as well. Fired one.
This should be more than enough, frankly.
Yes.
Now then, let's see what that is.
You say they're between 1 and 2.
Yeah.
No. Medium, large, cannonball, large.
Nah.
Cannonball? No. Don't know what the code is for large cannonball.
Don't worry about them.
So, but you've got mediums for days.
Yeah. Don't need it now.
That's a fair supply.
I've got faster swimming in case you're wondering, Chris.
Right. How ready are you, expendable team?
Ready.
Ready-ish.
Almost ready.
Ready-ish.
Ready, Brett.
Give me some something I can work with here.
Ready.
I'm lost.
Ready.
Where am I?
Ready shade of pale.
Just north. Just go north.
Ready.
Okay, right. So the pirates will be heading from race point 2 to the start line. Race point 1 to the start line. The expendables will be running from race point 1. No, from the start line to right. You know what you're doing. The pirates are going north. Everyone else is going south. And I'm going to follow the action. I don't exactly know how I'm going to do that, but I will. Would anyone like sunrise?
Nah.
No.
Other than the viewers at home? Okay, fine. Right, I'll send you that. You have that one. Get underway. And then as soon as I can see the other island, I will fire accordingly. There's one over there. I don't know if that's the right one. I would assume it is the right one. Which way are we going? North. Yes. Oh, there's a couple of sunken ships down there. Right. Okay. Can you see this flare?
Yes.
You can?
What?
We just seen the flare, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The pirates can see it.
We can see it.
Alright, get underway. Let battle commence.
The flares, Pat.
Okay.
Oh, crikey. Look at this. Moody, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, there's some proper drama.
Are we going to try and...
And remember, I'm Tinkerbell, which is why I've got a light on me.
Try and avoid crashing into our own teammates here. Oh!
I'm trying to get to the right, to the left, because you've got one on one side.
Let's try and pinch the move.
Crikey, this is that really is quite moody. Okay, well, the team aren't exactly sticking together. You've got the Dragon Bum and and Chris Tricks there. They're definitely sticking together. 108's at the back.
Reef sails back.
The Sea Dogs are flying an isolationist pattern there.
Just go front sail only and we'll just...
Yeah. I'll do the same.
But at some point, they will see the baddies.
You haven't got bow chasers, have you? Dragon.
This sunset is terrifying.
No.
Welcome to hell.
Have you salties?
Got what? Sorry.
Front firing guns.
Yeah.
Got one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fishbed has two.
Never you mind.
Fishbed.
Okay.
I know.
Is it just the three of you? No, 4. Sorry, yeah. You've got 108 coming up from coming up from behind.
Is the Cabal coming as well?
I'll let you. You have to man both sails for me now, because I'm going to be.
Alright.
Well, at the moment, I'm putting my money on the pirates to win this one, because the Cabal's coming up. Obviously, some kind of reserve secondary force was the idea there. Clearly, the strategy talk, I missed that because that would have been worth listening into. But we've covered about half the distance, which means the Dread Pirate Balaclava should be turning up anytime soon. And there is the Dread Pirate Balaclava. I can see it because I can fly, but I'm not going to give anything away. Other than illuminating them with a flare, of course. I'll illuminate them with a flare as well.
Full sail.
Flares for days. It's the sun is very angry, very, very angry. And Mr. Morsberg, good luck, bad company. Keep the wind in your sails, and we're away. Right, I'll try and get a good angle on the action. I'm going to keep illuminating things.
Fire!
Well, the Sea Dogs managed to evade most of the first cannonade there. Oh, flipping it! Chris Tricks just went under a full broadside. That would have hurt a lot. They didn't go under that one so much as caught every single cannonball. But these things happen. You got a hit. 108. They're guarding the Fish Cabal. That's nice. But frankly, attacking them in the... Ouch! The Sea Dogs there. Take a faceful. Oh, they went ramming speed. They're very bold. And that has had a kind of an impact on their ability to do any kind of... Oh, dearie me. Oh, crumbs.
Oh. Yeah. This ended badly.
Somehow, the Sea Dogs are still afloat. Is that likely to stay the case?
No.
Okay.
Shoot everything, Ninja.
They're thumbing a lift in the sea at the moment.
Turn left, left 4.
108's got a hole in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. And and just to be on the safe side, they're going to put another couple of holes in it as well. The Fish Cabal still no. The Fish Cabal have got quite a lot of holes, and then Chris Tricks are maintaining their distance, but they've actually done some repairing, so it looks like it might come down to a 1v1.
Woohoo!
Chris Tricks, how you feeling? Confident?
Very.
Punch a shark in the face.
Yeah. Oh.
I was trying to hit your ride. I don't want to hurt you. I just don't want to get killed by a shark.
Oh.
Ramming.
Bring a bloody repair gun with me.
Oh, and ow. Well, Chris Tricks there, putting themselves in harm's way and taking quite a lot of harm as a result, as Ninja Pumpkin there gets eaten by a shark. Chris Tricks now have got at least some holes. 108 still afloat, but is surrounded by sharks. Like a lot of them. I'm going to shoot one of them with a flare gun. That'll tell them. Pirates, how are you doing? Taking a lot of damage, I assume. Ooh, and that's Chris Tricks there, winner of the final race, champion of your hearts, getting quite damp. I'll dry out the sails. I'm not sure. I think that one might have passed through. To be honest.
Boarding the ship?
Mind Games Cabal's coming for a boarding action.
Who boarded us?
Man overboard.
I thought we said no boarding.
It's not hostile. I just don't want to give you.
Oh, and the shark there is doing quite well. 2 sharks. Obviously, my shipwreck brings all the sharks to the yard. We've got 3 in the water now. No, we haven't. We've got 3 sharks pursuing Mind Games Cabal. Oh, it's going to be 4 sharks now.
I'm bringing them over to sink them.
Okay, well, it's a bold move. I hope you've got... Never mind. No, you got... Well, I mean, being Australian, of course, you might have an advantage in shark evasion, but it did not pay off on the day. The dolphins having a rare old time, laughing themselves stupid there. Is there anybody still alive in the water?
No.
No.
The level of disappointment there was huge. Pirates, exactly how much damage didn't you take?
I'm taking the bombard.
Oh, hold on, there's a dead one.
What? Where?
To ram the ship.
No.
They've got a dead person on the ship there.
Swans, Vicky, you around?
On the Ark.
The Ark, where's the Ark?
Well, there you go. That's you can't do your pirate game where everybody's with armed ships without wrapping it up by having some kind of totally what? What?
Sinos, get Bob the Builder out of my ship now.
Bob, get off the ship.
He was trying to assassinate us.
Give him a lift.
No,
we'll give him a lift off the ship.
He's getting off. He's getting off the ship.
That was unsportsmanship when it said no boarding.
I didn't even know he was actually doing that.
Okay, all right, not to worry. I will put that down to some extra enthusiasm. Maybe offering
if you guys get to board.
There you go. See, he's jumped. See, he's done the decent thing, and he's got a new friend. Bob, you can do it. If I can grappling hook you, maybe I can carry you. Can't grappling hook while flying. That's unfortunate.
Saws, I can't get your stuff, by the way.
I can get it.
Well, Bob's about to. Yeah, Bob's going to get digested by a large friendly aquatic kind of creature there. The pirates are giving the sharks what for, at least trying to.
A bit chunkier.
Bizarrely enough, the swimming action here. Oh, I see. We're trying to warm up a grappling hook. Interesting. Well, it's man versus fish. Two of them. Man is somehow still alive and probably will be right up until his stamina runs up. Then they'll be less alive and will be more eaten by sharks. But he's certainly turning on the speed. The sharks are moving at a very leisurely pace. He's got cannon fire going overhead. He's trying to grapple the ship. That's a good throw. Surf is up. Now, of course, it was recently thrown off the ship. Maybe he's just he's aiming to be towed. No, didn't make it. No, he's out of range with the grappling hook. He's got a couple of new buddies following from behind. There's another grapple throw, and it's come up a little short. This is a new level of sport that I hadn't anticipated watching. Maybe we should do that next time. Everybody starts out swimming and see who makes it the longest without being eaten by a shark.
No, it's a Mythbusters special.
What, that you don't get eaten by a shark?
Pretty much.
Bob's about to differ. Though the original shark, hang on, I'm also making myself available to the sharks here. And I'm being shot with cannons. There we go. That's not what I had in mind. Well, this is a contest that could run and run. Somehow, Bob the Builder's still alive. New shark on the scene. We could go in and have a. Somehow he's levitating. I'm at a loss to explain it. Anyway, there you go. That's going to wrap up the stream for this evening. That was rather good fun. I'd quite enjoyed the racing there, and I think that we could possibly do that again in the future. And if we were to do so, I would suggest we go with AI crew and one person per ship. Just because having more boats in play is a good thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm in Colonel Failure. If you want to join in this game, get stuck in and join Bad Company. The ways to do so will be in the description. You can do so for as little as $1 a month. And you can find that probably in your sock drawer. Without putting too much effort, shark, at all. Eat that. Flare gun for you, sunshine. Bob's still alive. This is quite Quite miraculous. Or you can press the join button on YouTube. Thank you, Vicar. You're a star. Much approve of your assistance there. Anyway, Bad Company and I will be back for another adventure in a couple of weeks' time, and it will probably be something else pirate related. Someone said that ostrich racing.
Oh no!
There we go. Ostrich racing, emus, ostriches. I don't know which it is. It was suggested, and therefore it could well happen. And if that's your kind of thing, Chris has been killed by a shark. I don't think Chris was still. Were you still in the water, Chris?
No.
You just went for a bit of a dip and found a new friend.
Yeah.
Okay, solid. I've only gone and flown to the wrong flipping island. Okay.
Who's that playing with the shark in there?
Bob. Bob's playing with the shark. Bob has finally succumbed to the sharky menace. I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch up with you soon. And cheerio. Push the button. I don't think I warmed this one up. It might take a minute or two before it realises what it's supposed to be doing.
Oh, we didn't have anything he did.
There you go. Look. See, it always
Make it or not.
always happens eventually. I haven't actually got any merchandise other than bonus merchandise. This is what's on the bonus merchandise, you know. Yeah, it is. It's cool. Well, I think it's cool. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had it made. I got a bunch of them. No, that's the bombastic. Where the heck did I park? Which island is this? Oh no, it's okay. I'm just on the wrong side of the island. It's all fine. Everything's fine. It's all good. It's all good. I'm parked over here somewhere. Yeah, that's fine.
Teach photography in front of school.
Not very well. Skills.
Navigation's up to the left hand. Everybody definitely gets lost.
I quite like just going into the driving app, like the close to one side.
Yeah. The funny thing is, you guys got some of the planks down to half, and we had no means to repair.
Yeah,
we ran out of metal within seconds.
Trying to get the reload one. Kind of didn't think the ground, wasn't sure how much damage that did, and when it turned side on.